Please, can we go back? I have money. I can pay you. Oh. Wait. Is that where we're going? I mean, that place looks amazing.
Hello and welcome to May's second show, which is actually National Astronomy Day, I just read. And not to fit that bill, we're doing something completely different. If you'll notice, I'm playing Blue Blitz. This is a deck that very popular in the past, and I've modified it quite a bit, and I've been having a lot of success with it. So thank you for joining me, Shiraz, and everybody else out there. Please chime in the chat and let me know I'm not alone, as most of us are in this structured environment of the Corona crap. Anyway, we've got 18 lands. 16 of them are basics. We got 2 Mystic Sanctuaries. Yes, I have jumped the shark and gone full circle. I am playing these now. Just silly not to if you're a blue shell like this. We've got 4 Delvers, 4 Dispels, more on that in a bit, 2 Piracy Charms, 2 Ponders, 4 Preordain, 4 Vapor Snags, 3 Clout of the Dominus, and we've got the Infiltrator il-Kor, 2 Deprive, 4 Counterspells, 4 Snaps, 4 Spellfist, and 1 Tragic Lesson. So the big deal with this deck is that with only 12 creatures, all of them have evasion. The worst is actually Delver of Secrets, but it often gets there on turn 2 and just keeps going, especially when you throw on a Clout and you have all this counter magic. 90% of the counter magic, killing magic out there is an instant, and that's why we're rocking all these Dispels. Plus, it's awfully good against Tron and Control and just about anything you run up against. Maybe Hexproof, maybe not, but I haven't been seeing too much of that anyway. So in our sideboard, some of the matches I have lost have been like Goblins or Affinity, stuff that gets off to a really fast start and goes wide. You can only snap things so many times. So anyway, so the Annul is here for that. I did have Curfew, but it clashed with our 12 creature count, so I went back to I was thinking of running Aura Flux. If you could bring that up in the chat, Shiraz, I'd appreciate it for just a link if anybody knows what that is. It requires 2 mana payment each time for each enchantment, but there's a chance it might hurt us with this, so I just wanted to go with Annul here, and plus it's not that big part of a metagame as far as I'm concerned goes. Mostly you're running into Heroic, and in that case you've got Snap and Vapor Snag and Echoing Truth. So anyway, so we've got 2 Annuls to kind of mop up the mistakes. We've got 4 Hydroblasts, 2 Echoing Truths, 3 Spreading Seas. I found 4 be a little bit overkill. 3 gets there and does what you need. 1 Weatherseed Faeries, just needed against RDW and Goblins. I know it's very rare, that's why I'm only running 1. If it was a bigger part of the metagame, I would up this to 2. And 3 Geists here. So without further ado, we're going to go like this. If you haven't been on YouTube in a while, we have a new commercial to show you today. Very fun stuff. Thank you for that, my friend. We have we've got the right deck loaded up, and we'll just go like this and hope for the best. But yeah, I came across this really dark footage on courtesy of the effects channel, and put together my own. Started doing like a sort of a Rakdos themed commercial, and the more I was doing it, I'm like, you know what? This just is like the Rakdos Carnarium, the land that adds red and black because it's got that circus atmosphere and stuff. So we'll be playing that. I'm not sure why our screen is bouncing around this much. I've never seen it hiccup like this before. Let's see if I can. Oh, all right. Well, I guess they didn't want to be on camera. All right, so we'll try again. I guess you could say we're 1-0 already. Undefeated. Whoa. All right, here we go. My family's so tired of me making that joke over and over again. Whenever I do win any game for the first time, for the first date, for the first place, all these things, it's always the same thing. Never gets old to me, though. All right. So hopefully this opponent sticks around. We will see. I am not sure what's going on with our feed here. Our interface. I have to just adjust it each time, I guess. Close this out for some screen real estate. And we're going to keep this just because we've got Ponder. We only have 1 land, but we can keep, and we're on the draw. We've got 18 lands, so I saw the Facebook post, but wait to watch it live. That's the spirit, Shiraz. Thank you for that. All right, let's go. I don't know where everybody's at. Slow to get out of bed this morning. All right, and this is when we really like Clout outside of a Chainer's Edict against Mono Black. We can kind of keep things alive a little longer than we normally would be able to. I'll just leave it out here and Now, if you remember, we had mutagenic and we had unstable mutation. We had all kinds of iterations of this over the time. What I was finding out was, especially with like mutagenic, I mean, what is it? Unstable mutation and Clout. So many times Delver wouldn't flip. Having 3 of these is enough of a liability. I didn't want to make it even more. So here's a good scenario outside of a Chainer's Edict. We got an okay start here. I'm going to, I think I'm going to snap Spellfist here. We'll see. We're going to, nope. We want to keep that alive. We definitely might want to keep the Clout for that. So because I drew that, I'm going to snap here. Hopefully our Delver flips over and can just eat some removal. But in the meantime, I'm actually going to suspend this here. They've got an Edict, that's fine. They're probably more likely to just replay the Kambaji Witches, to which we will hopefully have an answer with Ponder. If not, we'll just Clout whatever the target is and kind of turn off their ability to hurt it. Aside from an unflipped Delver, about the only thing Electrickery and the Witch hurts is the core. And I will not lie, that's my favorite way of killing people. Is a lightning bolt every turn with Shadow. That's pretty awesome. And haste. Oh yeah, everybody needs something to look forward to at the moment. I know it's frustrating out here in California. Everything's beach weather. And the governor's like, stay off the beach. The decree. Instead of Evan Carr's justice, it'd be like Gavin Newsom's justice. Wouldn't want to see that magic card. Alright. Kambaji Witches showing up with the old art. It's pretty disgusting. I think most 4th graders could probably draw something better than that compared to the new one. I was about to say no offense to the artist, but that is pretty offensive, so I'll just leave it at that. Alright, let's see what we get. Oh, another one. I'll say no to that. Boy, these cores really like me, huh? I love that art. Oh, yeah, I guess. Teach your own, I guess. Yeah, interesting. Alright, well, worst case scenario, he can kind of kill both of our stuff next turn, so that really sucks. The core comes down before we can do anything about it, so I'm actually going to Ponder here. A land or a... Alright, we like these. But top, top, top. No shuffle. Bring this down. Now do we protect the core? We don't have any... I mean, we're going to draw into counter magic. So I think I'm just going to play the Spellfist here. And hope he just kills the Delver on his turn. Because we can counter... we can't really do much of anything on that. He's got us in a rock and a hard place here. We've got 2 counterspells coming up. We're going to have to start leaning on Spellfist, which is my least. That's my plan C. So sneak fast. All right. Glad you joined us live too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let me know if everything's looking and sounding good too. I got the beautiful lands here to make up for the witches, opposed to what Shiraz thinks of them. Don't be a chit. All right. Here comes Chittering Rats. It's something I don't want to see right now. And I think Mono Black Control did pretty well. I think it won the last PCT. I brought a version of this and started off 2-0. I mean, I didn't even get hit. It was just these optimum draws. All right, so he's going to go like that. This is a good scenario. This is why, I mean, I see their logic. You want to kill this before it can flip. They think, and it will flip. But we're going to be able to probably go all the way because of this combination now. We'll see. If they've got a really heavy Edict draw, then we're going to be in trouble. But so we get to cast our friend here. We yield to this. Suspend is so cool even against other counter magic decks because you can't really counter suspend. And then you sit back and just enjoy the wealth. Because by the time it does come down, it has haste and you have counterspell backup, usually. We're going to play this, which will trigger the Spellfist and turn off his witches. A nice little scenario here. I'm just not sure if it's worth bringing out that other. I think we're just going to try to ride this to victory. We'll counter our Chittering Rats and Edict outside of that. Gary kind of sucks too. We got Deprive coming up next, we know of. I don't know if it's worth... We might, you know what, we might want to play this other Spellfist. This is kind of dead in the water until we get another option here. So I'm gonna kind of roll the dice here. Bring this out, hedge our bets, tech for 6. Not too bad. They're already at 10. All right. I just wish, gosh, when you have options for good art or bad, I just don't know. I won't get on that train. They made up for it in the swamps. I already mentioned that. All right, and so we've got the new Rakdos commercial. We've got an old school Rogue's Corner, courtesy of Little Fight. and we've got Pictionary courtesy of Kid Deluxe and some kids drawings, so made into MTG stuff. There's a cool little forest walk thing I'm working on for you guys for next week's show. Don't want to do it all in one. And if you saw the top of the show, you saw that I finally got around to speed ramping all, I think it was 16 gigs or something of the Gary show footage, 3 hours each. I speed ramped each segment 2,000%, and then I had to edit on top of that because there was so much repetition and stuff. So if you didn't catch that, check out the top of the show. It's right after the little getting ready card. Okay, there's one of those. All right, let's sit back and hope for some counters here. I know we're going to play Deprive next. Here we go. Can't really do much of anything. Good news is they're in such pain right here that triggering the Kombaji Witches is going to really hurt them. So I think we're on mission counter Grey Merchant of Asphodio, as seen at the top of the show. Haven't been here in the deck list, and the deck looks wild. It's pretty cool. It's very similar to Fairies minus the Fairies. It's just tons of evasion, and I do really good so far. I think like 5 or 4-1 against them, mostly because of this. You bring this out and they can't counter it, and by the time they can counter it, you've got all these counterspell backups, and then you make it impenetrable, and you got blockers, and the ninjas walk into this all day long, and then Delver sometimes cleans up the rest of it. But there's a lot of counterspells in this deck. I mean, we've got 4 dispels, 4 counterspells, 2 deprive. It's a lot. I think we might get a scoop here. Got to hold off the counter happiness and just see what's going to win us the game here. And that was a very bad scenario. They had witches right out of the gates, killed our Delver. Could have killed this if I kind of knew what we were on, but no, I really, really, really like this list. This one I think do pretty good. I think this is one of those lists you bring to a daily. You're probably going to consistently get 3-2 or better with it. It's just the sheer amount of counter magic in it. And I have to admit, it's pretty relaxing to not have to lean on Relic or Fairy Macabre in this. You know, you just sit back and, hey, I can counter stuff. That's a neat concept. Never been there before. All right. So MBC. Let's see what we can do game 2. Darby a win, and they had a really good scenario. We had a lot of bouncing screens. Nothing's going our way, I tell you. So obviously we're going to bring in the Geist. 3 of those. Now what to bring out? So Piracy Charm's not going to do us any good against this. I bring these in because it's just, of course, blue has the best charm, right? It does everything. But the majority of the time you can power up that on a Elusive Spellfist for the 2+2/-1 thing, or you kill Fae. And for quick start goblins game 1, I kind of need something like that. So yeah, that's what I'm leaning on it. So we got to get rid of 1 card. Probably... Yeah, I like to keep all of my bounce here. I like to keep all my creatures here. I'm going to actually get rid of a Ponder. I'm fond of doing that. I tried this deck, I think in the event I had 4 Preordains and 2 Brainstorms. And lo and behold, Brainstorm is one of the most depressing cards in Magic if you don't have a way to shuffle your library. And I've said that many a times, but man, did it prove true. All right, we've got 2 creatures, kind of 3. We've got draw, we've got counters, and we've got recursion. Good hand. Run 18, very rarely get in trouble with that. When you're screwed, you know you're going to draw it. When you're flooded, not too big of a deal. Starts off with the rest. Been seeing more of that lately. Just shows you how broken blue is. You can make so many good blue decks. It's just nice also to play something that's not so timid to electricity and such. All right, we got our core online. We're going to throw this on, we'll go top. It's one of my favorite combos. You bring out core, and then you follow it up with Spellfist with the spell backup, and wait for the fun. Of course, we might just go Spellfist, Geist, and just go super aggro, but you know me in evasion. It's probably my favorite thing to do. If a creature doesn't have evasion, that's why I've never been too impressed with Gurmag Angler. It's like when a gingerbread cookie can get in front of it, you got to ask yourself, is that worth an entire turn? Probably, but... So again, if this was a counterspell deck heavy, you just play it and then build, and then you have a counter war and you get a blue lightning bolt every turn out of it. Pretty cool, especially when it has Shroud. That was the other thing. When I went too all in with the mechanics of, what was it? This could be a problem. When I went too all in with, what was that card I was just talking about? Unstable Mutation. You know, sometimes the only creature out there, because we only have 12, would have Shroud on it. And you just run into that. And same with Mutagenic Growth. I love that card, but sometimes the only thing in question has Shroud. And so I went with Piracy Charm because I can always get rid of it in case a Chittering Rats hits you or something like that. So a little insight into the madness of why I'm doing that. All right, I think I'm going to Preordain because if we hit a snap, we've got a nice little sequence, even though I'd like to play Geist, but I'm going to go like this. And we'll try to set something up because our cool little game plan is going to be dead real quick. Well, that's interesting. We could go top, bring that out, have Dispel, and then he has to choose between the Delver or you-know-who. I don't know about that. I think I'm going to go that route. We'll say top. And we'll play this. Kind of double down. He can only kill one thing. We'll get Dispel if he's got some sort of a disfigured trick. We'll see if it's right or not. We won the first game. We'll play a little loosey-goosey here. Ba-bum. How's everybody holding up? All right. This is why we run 4. Janu, Pauperganda take on the cycling decks. Meta altering or just funny brews? Oh no, this is a pretty serious brew here, and I love that cycling deck, but I can't play it to save my life. I've tried like 3 or 4 times. In fact, I had one game against Little Fight about 4 or 5 nights ago, and all 4 Sign in Blood, Songs of the Dam were on the bottom of my deck. It was just like, are you kidding me? It's craziness. So this will be interesting which one he wants to kill here. Maybe both if he's got it. Oh boy, that sucks. All right, we're going to probably lose this one. Oh yeah, it's super gas. No, like I said last week too, hats off to Kayla. He's a genius. You'll see nothing but praise here. It's he's all in on Storm and he does it very well. Yeah, I want to reveal it. I'm surprised he let that live. Okay. We'll rock like this and we'll cast this, and then if he pings it, we'll just hit the rat. It's kind of weird. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, let's find some bounce here. Nope, I'm going to say bottom on these. We've got that. I don't know, what do we want back? Deprive, probably. Bring this here. Boink, boink. Okay. It's weird playing blue and having access to a graveyard. It's very strange indeed. All right, so let's just swing and see what happens. Yeah, I found, I think the guys from Italy, the Pauper dudes that we promoted a while back, they had a pretty cool, this is interesting. That'll hit for 1. They had a pretty cool take on it with just red that I thought was pretty sweet. All right, so he's going to do that. Too bad I don't have a Piracy Charm now, right? Doink. All right, sure, we'll hit him. See, he's already taken 1. Yeah, darn witches, too strong. Okay. There we go. We'll sit back with this dude. Yeah, I've messed around with Tinderwall a lot. Boy, the new art for that got really good too. You can get one of those in the promo packs. But we're going to see Gary here to reset the clock. We shall see. But yeah, you probably won't ever see me playing that deck here. Like I said, even privately, even on test draws, I'm just like, wow. But this does really good against it because we have, 10 hard counters main, including the 4 dispels. So that was another reason I brought it. It was just like, okay, this is kind of a no-brainer if I do this. Plus, you playing rogue, opponent's always guessing, like, are Crypt Rats good? Are Kambaji Witches good against this? It's like, you'd think, I'm sure he's expecting fairies to drop any minute. Ain't going to get them. Going to get a big old backside in the Spellfist here. Booyah. Keep tripping that rat. You can wipe the board here, but it's going to cost him 2. And now keep in mind, if you hold down control, if you're new to Crypt Rats, there's all kinds of helpful ways to do that. Huh. I guess we'll do this. I could have countered that, but if he wants to take out his witch, that's fine with me. Does he have another one? Or does he just go for 3 here? He's just going to wipe the board. I probably should have countered that. Yep. His whole turn, he lost 2. He lost 3. I lost 2. That's all right. Still got our counters. Well, let's get something good here. Not that. But now we can just stop whatever he wants to do here. Hopefully it's nothing good. We really want... Oh, he's already at 11. How'd that happen? Okay, so if we get our little shadow dude, that's kind of what I'm after here, because we've got plenty of counterspell backup. All right, where was Snap last turn? Yeah, I really should have counterspelled that. That's what I get for hosting the show and trying to entertain and play the pretty mental game here. But hey, big deal. We've all heard the excuses before. No, it's funny. I've been with Caleb's brews. You know, a lot of times I'll get these questions, kind of like almost not implying that you guys are doing that, but almost like baiting, like, oh, you know, throw some hate. And I'm like, yeah, I got nothing but love for the guy. It's awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Completely different quadrant of thinking than I've got. Like I said, I know he's got kind of tunnel vision for the storm mechanic, and I think you need it because it's just so hard to wrap your head around and stuff. But I just can't do that. Plus, he's already doing it way better, so why would I want to flood the field, right? So, to snap or not to snap, let's deprive here. Bring back our dude. Whoop. It's got to be frustrating. No baiting it. Oh, I know. That's why I said not implying that. Just, let's see what we got. A thorn. Well, we can get the Monarch here, and then we can just counter it next turn. I think we let this drop. So I can just snap it and attack. All right. It's fine with me. I'll get some extra draws here, unless he's got Disfigure, to which we've still got Snap and Counterspell. But because of that, I'm not going to do it here, because if he responds to our Snap while it's on the stack, it's going to get us. So we're going to let this turn go through. Hopefully this just flips and we don't even need to use it. We'll say no to that. We will snap some stuff here. Doink. Untap. Play this. Let's see. I think we're going to grab Deprive again. Yep. Make him think he's got 1 turn, but we've already got the Counterspell in hand. We'll attack and get Monarch and Deprive back. Did you happen to read the Discord? I did not. Oh, wow. Discord conversation with Gavin from WT. I heard the, what is that? It's all blue. Full post D, I think. I heard the conversation with the professor had, but no, I'm Discord and Twitter. There's only so much time, even with COVID and all that stuff. I just, there's just too many. In fact, you know, when Arctic Ghost hosts Pauper Classic Tuesdays, there's like 3 or 4 different rooms now, and it's causing, it's just like Murphy's Law sort of thing. It's like, gosh, things used to run so much smoother when there was just one hub for things. But I mean, it's great. It shows the growth and everything, but it's just signal to noise ratio gets a little out of control sometimes. All right, we're going to counter this, bring back Deprive. Might get a scoop here. Got another thing. Say no to that. Booyah. Come on, flipped over. Do something. You're not doing nothing. Come on, sucker. No. Okay. We could just play this, but we're going to be able to draw a card, so we don't want to do that. We'll suspend. We'll get back Deprive. Say okay. Yes, it's super cruel with the Monarch stolen here, because we get back a Deprive every turn. So yeah, Jared James is been. What's your Phobo SD? What's your MTG handle? Because that one I don't know off of MTGO. I know Jared James pretty well, and constructive regardless. Good to see what. Yeah, no, they're definitely not ignoring the format. In fact, I think they gave it a little bit too much love with what was the Modern Horizons, or what was the one with that just brought everything? It was just like, man, is there any bad cards in this? All these ones run together here. Boy, I'd really like this Delver to flip. What is this, 4 turns now? Astrolabe, yes. Indeed. Boy, beautiful lands here. Oh, I did something I've been meaning to do forever. Well, I'm going to counter this. That kills both of our creatures out if we don't get what we need here. And I might be being baited here, but regardless, we still will have counter magic. I guess not. But what was my train of thought just then? Hold on right here. All right. Let's see what we get. Come on. Show me the love. Yes. Finally it flips. Now this comes down. No, it doesn't. Not yet. Boy, Monarch with... Thank God Blue doesn't have a Monarch ability. It's just... you know, the more I play this, it's just... See the unfairness of it. It's craziness. Fobosti. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, I see. That's cool. Yeah, I was cracking up. I saw some message from Kaibud, and his tagline was something like "Magic has -been." I was like, oh my God, if he's calling himself a has-been, I should probably put that on my little frame in here or something. It was like Pauper bin or something like that. I'll play this till my grave, I tell you. Speaking of graveyards, what do we got over here? I just got a Deprive coming up and up and up. I don't believe this was a real art print. I think this was done in Photoshop, and I know that trick, the little red corona that you've got around him kind of coming through here. I don't really care that he's got this. I'm fine with that. We've got the win next turn. I just need to stop any sort of kill this or whatever. Really relaxing thing. Once you get the lead, which is pretty often, the only reason this loses to like goblins and RDW pretty regularly is they get the jump on you, and there's only so much snap and stuff can do or counterspells. But all right, cool. So we got that one. We'll just roll right into the next game there. Glad our opponent didn't scoop, but had a pretty good go of it there. Pretty hard to go up against that many versions of Deprive coming at you. Hex and Rouge in the house. All right. It can be, yeah. I think when you're playing it, it can be the funnest deck, but maybe we'll see one of those matchups. Watch it. It'll be the time I end up dropping to Fae or whatever. But usually you cast this Shadow guy, you have a counter war, which you win because your resources aren't tapped, and it's off to game 2. 3 of these, 1 of these. We got tricks, we got bounce, we got repetitiveness. I think we'll keep. We're on the draw 2. Probably the worst draw first play would probably be Mountain Cohort, because that either means goblins or, and I ran into goblins and just walked them. Yeah, even here I'm bending to beat Delver. Well, we've only got 1 creature. We don't really have our Dispel. I'm not going to play too safe in here. I'm just going to go for broke. He's got it. It's probably going to cost him his turn or her. Who knows? Li Wu. Started a new cool series on Prime. I don't know if I'd completely recommend it. I'd recommend it to myself, but I could see why people wouldn't like it. It's something called Into the Loop. Kind of a Black Mirror meets Twilight Zone. I know those sound very similar, but the only critique I have against it, my wife and I noticed it at the exact same time, it's gratuitous use of this one piano track. It's like they used their budget on special effects and wasted it all, and only could have like 2 music cues. I shouldn't even say that because now you're going to listen for it, and it's going to. But aside from that, it's a pretty strong series. I had turn 1 Delver yesterday, still transformed by turn 7. Yikes! They didn't scry at all. Wow. Oof. Big time. No audio budget. All right. I don't want to lose a card here. We're going to lose one anyway. I'm just going to counter that. Probably on the border of being a little counter happy, but I sure as hell don't want to snap it or Vapor Snag it. Could have killed it in response, but that would have cost us 2 cards. So at this rate, we're going to suspend this, and now we'll be able to protect it, at least in theory. So yeah, Piracy Charm. Now what I thought about doing, because decks get the jump on this, and is running a full 4 Force Spikes. Now, if I really was hellbent on playing this list, and I knew RDW and Goblins, which are kind of pretty rare to bump into, but I did. But if I knew they were a bigger part of the metagame, which they shouldn't be because of Flickertron and Moment's Peace and Prismatics. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Ugh, I don't like this at all. Well, I'm going to lose this and this. I like Snap a lot more than Vapor Snag. But if it was that way, I would run a full set of Force Spikes, because you can counter that key creature early on. And I've said it often, it's one of the things I don't like about discard Magic is if you have a spell that's just like Lightning, it's kind of outside of the 3 damage, it's kind of dead if your opponent's hellbent. And so that's my goal, usually. Here I am playing a control deck, and it's going to be pretty good against me. But boy, if you play Force Spike, please get the black bordered one. All right, let's see what we can do here. Now we don't want to snap this dude. We'll defend it to the death with Deprive. We'll probably draw some sort of nastiness here. Yeah, it's just a lot of value for 2 mana. All right, let's counter that. We'll return this. In this scenario, we like this. It's good he did it at the beginning of the attack. White Force Spike sends the right message. Sneak fast. Sure does to me. It's like countering chittering rats get you, you kill it, and then they unearth it. That's the same feeling as a White Force Spike. So yeah, I like Disrupt a lot. Man, oh man. You know, I think I'm gonna have to do this. It's our only creature right now, so if he wants to keep using resources, I'm gonna go this route. Just slow roll it here. Modern Horizons. It even has Firebolt with good art. That's why I know Pauper, to go full circle to about 20 minutes ago, isn't ignoring us. There was just so many gems in there. In fact, I remember you watched the original episode of Pauperganda when we were trying to make it like a TV show. We only got like 2 or 3 episodes into it, but that was our goal, was to have Wizards print an all-common set for the masses. And it was like, wow, I've almost felt realized with the way that went down. So, well, that's kind of a good scenario. I mean, you never want to see an angler sitting across from you. But we've got the answer here. And I'm actually going to use the Vapor Snag here. Let's get it out of our hand. I want to try to get Hellbent. Easier said than done with this list. I don't know if he did, Shiraz. Yeah, I'm sure they would never roll that route. It was kind of in jest, but boy, Modern Horizons sure felt like the closest proxy to it. Our first break of the day, bathroom break, coffee refill and such, is going to be a little fight talking Rogue's Corner from episode 2, I think. He had a cool Simic build back then, and I found it in our little archive, and I was like, hey, I haven't played this in a while. It'd be kind of a nice homage to bring back. What's our opponent? What new devilry is this? Another one. Okay, cool. Hey, you got rid of some good stuff there. All right, well, we're just going to maybe cause a scoop here. Sometimes this deck, just from the sheer irritation of bounce, can cause a lot of scooping to happen. Oh my gosh. Well, for every one of his anglers, wouldn't it be funny? He's going to end up killing us with angler if we don't get a counterspell here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, eat the firebolt. Do it. Do it. We saw 2 ducks this morning. There's a rarity here. Got a golf course nearby. Most of them flock there, but never seen them in our park right here. So I was like, that is a very fat pigeon. And then I squinted and adjusted these, and I was like, wow, it's a duck. Felt like a Monty Python skit. Thermopod. I do want to check out that. I was going to play a green ramp deck today because I'm liking a lot of the. There's that new mole or something, a 3/3 that dredges and stuff. There's a lot of fun cards to play with, but I've just been in this blue Blitz mood. Leave it to me to play blue aggro, right? A little bit of control, actually a lot of control. We'll do this time. Try to keep them honest. What else you got? We're gonna have to snap this thing again. I'll do it. It's our only creature. Looks like we're going to get fire bolted. This il-Kor's entire life is just going to be one attack phase at a time. Yeah, Spellfist, actually, I really like it, but I had Sky Theater tricks in the last one, and it leaned a lot more heavy on not protecting stuff, but just going out, and I don't know, a little bit too much of that flavor. All right, we're going to bounce this. Hate doing this. We're just slow rolling here. We're just trying to exhaust his options till we draw some sort of counter magic. So you got another. All right, well, we're going to get a 2 for 2 out of this at least. Cool. Yield through this turn. We got nothing. 3 mana to 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it hurts a little bit. There's our counterspell. All right. Let's see if we can stop Kermag from hitting down. Little fights in the house. All right. Good to hear from you, buddy. Man, I got you working on a Saturday. What sort of treachery is this? Well, let's counter this darn beast once and for all. Get him in the yard. Put him out of his misery, right? Boink. Just drop another one. Be like, no. All right. Here we go with this. We might have to snag ourselves here. He's probably got an edict next turn. Spellfist feels pretty naked when you've only got one card in your hand. Our opponent playing a pretty heavy discard build. At least game 1 here. Ooh. Well, while it's on the stack, I'll at least make him lose 1 life and pay 6 to have a Spectre come out for nothing. Aha! I'll just yield here and see what happens. Quarterly. I hear you guys are finally getting some decent weather, at least your kind of decent weather, or normal people's decent weather down that way, if the news graphic was accurate. I was worried about you the other day. South Carolina said they had a lot of pretty hardcore weather. I don't know if it was a hurricane, but it seemed like it was pretty dire. You always seem to miss those, though, so hopefully everything's all right, buddy. So Liliana shows up for nothing. We've got this. I'll attack. He's at 9. Let's see what we got here. Any sort of technology, and we can do something. Otherwise, our Spellfist is a whopping Yoshin Soldier. Actually, I think Yoshin Soldier's a 1/4, isn't he? For you old schoolers out there. Ah, tornadoes, yes. Nova the Madman, yes. I call it Blue Blitz. It's actually a very... want to see it because we've drawn few creatures and had to bounce our own stuff, and it's a very I call it Blue Blitz. It's like a tempo speed deck, and I've got the windows open, and we've got a wild mongrel outside as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't write this stuff. All right, well, there's another one. We can keep that alive outside of a edict effect or something. I think I'm going to play it. I have to eat this or discard it, what have you. What I really want to do here is draw like a Preordain, and then our Spellfist will kind of start doing things. Right now, we're out of Edict bait, but with all that mana across from us. And you know what's so cool? I'm going to play this commercial coming up. The Rakdos Carnarium. For those of you that don't know, all of you probably do. Rakdos is like this evil, bloodthirsty circus. And found a... oh my gosh, what a killer draw right there. I haven't seen this card since it came out. Oh, how I wish this wasn't envelop. All right, they're dead. Anyway, but the commercial we've got coming up next is the Rakdos Carnarium. Pauperganda's first commercial about 1 card. No tricks and trades. Just and pay attention to the very top and the very ending when you watch it. There's a lot of subtle humor, and the only thing that you see written. So yeah, that was a brutal turn. Bravo to Liwu 7. That was sweet. It's at 3 life, but soon to probably be a lot more. Rakdos. So fitting that this is the opponent here. Uh-oh. All right. Yeah, I had to color treat a lot. All the footage came from FX, but I had to... There was a different director of photography on like 3 different shoots, and so I had to make everything kind of have this sort of vignette look and a little bit of grain and scratch and desaturation, all these film editing terms. Probably boring all of you, but it's all these little details that I go to the great lengths to bring you this digital technology. Firebolt to the face. And what else do we got? Another Firebolt? Are we dead next turn? We will be. Yeah. We do have a haste creature, but it's not on our way. It needs to be suspended, and then we'd actually win if it was suspended. Is it? I can't even remember. All right. Lose our first game of the day. Let's see what we can do sideboard-wise. This is normally the kind of deck that I just... Most of my lists will run over because, like I said, when somebody leans too heavily on discard, it only works against control decks. But unfortunately, we're playing a control deck today, so it's going to work pretty good against us. Now, the Weatherseed Faeries is interesting, but I don't think it's worth bringing in here. You got to be careful with cards like that. It's like, they're playing red, I'm going to auto-include. It's like, nah, that's really only good against... We saw a lot of black removal. There's black flyers. This is just going to be a dead card when we're really going to want to see this. Piracy Charm's okay. I mean, we did see the 2/1 flyer, the Spectre. But I don't know if it's worth that or not. But I do like Spreading Seas. I'm not sure if it's worth bringing them in, though. They seem to have plenty of mana, so I don't think messing with them is going to do too much there. I'm going to get rid of one of the Ponders. We've got a wall of counter magic. We've got the Clout to protect things. And I think we're just going to lean heavy on creatures, and hopefully we just draw more creatures this time. So yeah, you know, I just know the nature of Rakdos decks. They usually run like 23, 24 lands. I think it's just going to be a mild irritant that eats our turn, when I'd rather just have more problems instead of irritation. We've got irritation in the form of Vapor Snag and such, so most of those lists too, they run 3, maybe all 4 Rakdos Carnariums, which I'm so glad that this is our opponent, because I'm, you know, we're gonna roll to a commercial, and then right after the big break, I'm gonna debut the Rakdos commercial, the Rakdos Carnarium, an actual circus coming to your town. Hopefully not, unless you really want all your neighbors to disappear at once. So if we draw 1 land, we're really good here. We've got this to protect stuff. Hopefully they don't have an Edict heavy draw. If they do, we have discard bait. I'm going to lean on keeping this. Problem is we don't have... I know I did get rid of 1 Ponder. I'm going to keep it. We'll see. Let's rock here. Go like this. Optimal scenario, we drop an island. We float the il-Kor, and then we sit back on counter magic while we throw Clout on it and attack ad nauseum. Yeah, but it's kind of neat to see, like, you know, I was starting to think, like, gosh, is discard just totally dead because, you know, of the way I usually play? Like, I empty my hand pretty fast, and then they're just sitting there looking at nothing. Not this way. All right, top. We'll put this here, and I'm going to... Hopefully they just don't have Edict. We'll come on over for 4. If they got Edict, we get 2 for 1. We're going to find out right here, because we got a 4/3 Shroud Flyer coming at them, and outside of a double Spectre drop. Do they have an Edict? Oh, they got the Blast. That'll do it. Yeah, you're never totally out of the woods with that thing. Well, I'm going to suspend this dude. We're going to hold on to Dispel, and hopefully anything that comes our way is instant. And should I let it go? You know, they do have Specters, so I think I will save my Vapor Snag for their big fatty. Yeah, this is the scenario here. I can Vapor Snag it myself. I'm going to Vapor Snag it. I'll try to go real aggro here. I'll take 1 instead of none. I think we'll get there. Can you have some faith? If we get another Clout of the Dominus, we will. All right, we're going to play this. Play this. Next turn we got 3 creatures, and they might be awesome. Depending on the scenario, we might be able to attack for 9 next turn. All right, that sucks, because that can block this, and it gets rid of our little surprise. We're out of cards, but we're not out of options. We're at least going to hit for 4 this turn. Do this, Delver shows up first. Let's see what we got. Yes. The big news. Now we'll go find some bounce, hopefully. Or a Clout of the Dominus. Sounds so cool. Turn on our Spellfist. Little +1/1 action. Woohoo. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Cool. Well, let's put this on there, this on here, and this on here. Go on getting. Nope. We'll go from here. And we'll let him make us discard again. But my prediction was true. We are attacking for 9. Wham! Down to 5. What you got? Electrickery here only gets rid of 1 creature. Interesting. Boy, with a flyer, I would have really gone after the il-Kor. Shouldn't say that. I should treat it like it's crap, but there's so few things that can block this. Okay. Oh, I hope he does something because we've got kill if we can make this happen. It'd be cool if there was a counterspell that could just put a 0/1 into play, like some homunculus token or something, so I could at least trigger it for their death knell when that happens. I think we got this one. We're probably going to a game 3 here. Really want to see a Rakdos Carnarium show up. Oh, you know what? Cancel that. That's just being counter happy. Worst case scenario, he blocks. We still kill him. I got to keep this guy alive. Except that there's that. I should have countered that. What was I thinking? I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just wait. Oh wait, the ability. Now if he kills that, oh, now I need any spell and I've got it. But yeah, I should have definitely done that. Derp is indeed. That should be my card frame right now. Alrighty. Well, that really sucks. At least he has to kill this now. Oh my god, that was hilarious. I definitely need some more coffee this morning. Hopefully we can pull this one off. Definitely deserve to lose that one. I was just like, yeah, well, oh, wait a minute. This thing has this little box with text in it. It's not just a 2/1. I was thinking I was getting baited, and I was, but then I baited myself. Uh-oh. Let's slow this roll. Hopefully there's not anything behind this. Otherwise, my prophecy might come true. It looks like there is, folks. And that's why you should never host and play Magic at the same time. Dun, dun, dun. Well, you'll do this turn. He's got us. If if a angler drops here, oh, all right, I got a little lucky there. Woo! That was embarrassing. All right, sorry, deck. I feel like petting the cards, you know, just like it's okay, calm down. I know I screwed up. Call that the Vapor Slug. What do we got here? Duress? What's happening? Angler? Yeah, he paid 1, and he's like, why not just play them all? I don't want extra cards showing up. Let's go. Learn my lesson. I got to start countering stuff. Shows how often I play counterspells, right? All right. Well, we can't really bluff that that's anything other than what it is. We'll bring this out and hope he doesn't have another blast or lightning bolt. This is quality TV. All right. Come on, come on, come on. I swear, I have the urge to just pet my graveyard, like if I was like stroking a cat. Just like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Like, hey, calm down. Ah, oh man. I deserve all of this. This is terrible, terrible Magic. One play and everything goes to crap. Come on. All right, all right. He's got my back. Nova the Madman representing. Come on, let me pull out of this. All right. That's interesting. Well, one derp met with another derp. Cool. Well, at least we both derped. Now we'll have the derp championship playoff round. Here we go. Hydroblast might be cool here. This is too much discard. I don't want to sit on too much stuff here. Double derp. Yep, this is the double derp championship rounds coming up. with Rakdos, I don't really want to bring in Hydroblast. I feel like I'd be sitting on it and might get Chittering Rats, even though we haven't seen that yet. I think I'm just going to keep it like it is, guys. You know, if I gained a little bit of, or a lot of weight, and then I grew a beard, I could kind of look like that guy in the chat, a little emoji. All right, well, the Derp Championship concludes. Who will take home the champion of Slug? Will it be Deluxikov or Liwu 7? In a race to the bottom with these two titans of Derp. We've got Counterspells. I think I'm going to keep this. Kind of a slow roll hand. I had to shave my quarantine beard, says Shiraz. Alright, we'll keep this. We've got 2 lands. We've got Counter Magic. Really want to maybe draw into like a Delver top deck. That'd be pretty sweet. Opponent's just grasping at straws here, wondering what we're playing. We do have the Mystic Sanctuary engine, but that's a little overkill. But how do they know, right? Hats off to them. At least they can draw a card with it. It's probably my least favorite full art swamp. Way too much yellow. Yeah, my hair's getting pretty long myself. This is like hippie length for me. I gotta buzz it off here pretty darn soon. All right, sitting on a Counterspell. Sitting on top of the Counterspell. All right. The Derp Classic, Rakdos Canarium. Let's look at it because we're going to see it in a commercial. So beautiful. Not a Circusy 1 or 10 though. What are we going to counter here? We're going to learn our lesson. We're going to be counter happy from now on against a discard deck. All right. Well, let's bring out the Geist. I'd rather sit behind that than this. I'll drop this next turn, maybe the Clout on that, and we'll run for it. So the educator in me loves that our opponent showed the benefits of, is he going to trip it? Oh, okay. There's that too. Everybody, if something with Undying goes to the yard and you can trip stuff, you can get something out of it. It's pretty cool. Too bad we got another one though. Anyway, what I was saying though, our opponent using a Pyroblast or whatever it was, Red Elemental Blast on our enchantment, even though our creature had Shroud, you can still do that and pick things apart. So the competitor in me hates that because it shows people a way out. I had a Tron pilot the other day just scoop, and they had a recurring Denrova Horror. Like, I can't do anything against that deck. And it's like, well, you could bounce this and then reset. But all right, I'll throw this on top. Is there a way to draw a card? There is not. Let's do... I want to have options if he has... what's the ninja? The Okiba Gang Shinobi. Let's drop the fist. Drop the fist. Drop the fist. So many good song beginnings start with drop the blank. You gotta drop the fist. Drop the fist. Well, I guess we got a Dispel for that same reason. Let's do that. Now we can kill the rat, unless he's got another option here. Active Volcano. Oh yeah, those old schoolers, man. What do we got here? Some sort of wizarding technology. Okay, let's, well, it's pretty obvious. I got to get rid of the snag here. Of course, I could get rid of Counterspell. I mean, with a discard-heavy deck like this. Double Carnariums! Coming to a town near you. Bring the kids! Alright, Spellfist in the house. Stopping the rats from any shenanigans. We've got this. We've got that. Man, oh man. I definitely want to leave that il-Kor for the Clout. Just don't know how heavily I should lean on that. I want to bring out... Let's just spend that right now. And I really want that Clout on the il-Kor. I'm going to try to hold off here. I'm going to be taking 2. The derp championship continues, but he has 5 mana to derp with. I've only got 3, so I can make fewer mistakes. But in a championship based on mistakes, it's anyone's game, folks. Okay, call me crazy. I think I'm going to lose Counterspell here. I really want this to hit. Okay. I've got too many activated cards in the next few turns. Unless he's got Electrickery, I'm not quite sure what this here is for. Or Firebolt, I guess, could do it, right? There it is. All right. I'll take that. Our dudes will be alive. I can at least keep Stormbound Geist active. Next turn. Don't really want to bounce any of this stuff, so we've got a good counter... I mean, what do you call... bounce mechanic here. We're going to run into a red elemental blast? No. All right, so next turn we've got some heat coming their way. Given a Gary showing up, I might want to block here with the Geist. I think I'm going to. So that's a lot of life swing. It's going to be an 8-point swing if I don't do that, and he's got it. We don't have any counter magic. Here we go. Back comes this. Of course, only got 1 activation, but we're getting low on land counts here. I want to get Hellbent so I can bounce that rat, and then it just does nothing. We'll see. Hopefully they're just holding on to a Thorn, and they don't want me to attack for free. It's another neat thing. Without having any sort of Monarch ability here, we've got Shadow Haste ability, and so we're able to just swing at them. All right. Given that, if our opponent has a magic backup. Down comes our haste dude. Cool. I'm gonna go all in here with this. It can win us the game if we've got something. I think if they had a lightning bolt, they would have used it on the Geist while we were tapped out. It's my deduction anyway. Might not be valid. Who knows? They're making us sweat here, aren't they? Yeah! Well, that sucked. We've got 3, they've got 4, and they're at 20. This is not looking good. 1 life left. I will bounce this back to my hand. Fortunately, our plan A fizzles. And at least we are hellbent, though, against a deck that's making us discard a bunch. Who knows? Maybe they'll misread the Geist. There's a Firebolt in the yard, so I don't want to be blocking here. Ugh. You know what? I'm fine. Them using their whole turn. This card for mine. I will block. We don't have any access to life gain, so I've got to nurture our win here if we can pull this off. So if I lose the Derp Championship, isn't that technically winning it? Alrighty, I'm back. What does it work? We won the first game against Mono Black, win-win. This one we're loss-win, so this is the championship round. Up against it, folks. There it is. We've got a Chittering Rat versus, hopefully not an island. Let's see what we're going to draw here. This is the problem, 20-9. We've been playing off on our heels here. Red Elemental Blast sent us packing pretty hard. We kind of had the, I wouldn't call it a lock, but it's a 5-turn swing here. So we really need to draw some bounce, to which he has plenty of answers in the form of hard mana. Yowza! All right. Well, he's going to hit us for 7. We'll be at 2. Nothing we can do is going to save this, so we're going to call it 1-1 and roll to our first commercial starring Little Fight. Back in a bit, and right after this, before you see my gleaming head again, we're going to be showing off the new Rakdos commercial. But till then, here's some Simic.
Fellow Spellslingers, welcome to Rogue's Corner. We have been getting transmissions from our commenters out there, messages that you guys want to delve into new deck ideas. We hear ya. We want to talk about them too. This time I'm going to talk about an idea I came up with a few months back that Dee and I have been fine-tuning since. This deck is called Simic Advance. It uses free shield spheres and recurrence-generating Dreamstalkers to abuse the evolve mechanic and quickly build 1 or 2 heavy hitters while cluttering your ground space with the walls and stalkers for defense. It uses Trinket Mages to grab extra walls or an artifact land of a needed color, or any of the single mana casting cost toolbox cards in the deck or sideboard as needed. One of our viewers, Eli Grill, has some questions about what we consider when brewing new decks. They included, how fast should it be to keep up with the meta? What tricks do we use to maintain a deck's consistency? And how much interaction in a deck do you shoot for? As far as I'm concerned, brewing is the best part of Magic. To that end, the first thing I like to think about is, what haven't I seen before? What can I do that's new? In this case, it was make at least one of the Simic mechanics actually viable in a constructed deck. I don't remember Graft or Evolve making much of a splash in the Pauper community, and I've always really liked the flavor of Simic. Graft is interesting, but I couldn't really come up with much. So Evolve is what I focused on. At the time, I was getting crushed often by mono-black control, so I wanted to get a lot of creatures out fast to avoid Edict-style effects. And if I did that right, they should pump up my heavy hitters past the most common damage-style removal like Lightning Bolt and Disfigure. So I needed to put out a lot of big creatures fast. But big creatures are expensive. That's where Shield Sphere came in. It's a 0/6 wall for free. At first, I continued down this road and grabbed Ornithopters and Phyrexian Walkers too. That didn't have enough teeth for the deck. Then I realized that the Dreamstalkers would allow me to recast the spheres, which would further trip the evolve mechanic and wipe any counters off the spheres as well. Stalkers have that big butt too. This in a way is my answer to Eli's question about consistency. I really aim for high synergy, so that any parts of the combo work with any other to a 1 + 1 = 3 effect. I try to avoid the hard combos because they're so easy to break, especially for blue. I want to have beneficial effects even if my evolve creatures don't come up. For consistency though, I went for 10 evolve creatures too. The obvious choices for me were Cloudfin Raptor and Shamble Shark, so 4 of each of those. The last 2 were kind of up for grabs. The rest of the evolved creatures available in Pauper, except for Crassus and Croc-Urana, are not usable for this deck. Crassus has Trample, that's viable, but the Croc has Reach, and a bigger butt, thus a better chance to pump the other 2 beaters, so I chose 2 Crocs. If there was any other 1 or 2 casting cost evolved creature, I would have chosen that instead. How fast should a deck be to keep up with the meta? This is a complicated question. I think it depends on how you define fast. The need for common ground in which to discuss this is particularly necessary, since in a deck like Burn, speed is simply defined as the rate at which you deplete your opponent's life total. Yet with a deck such as Teachings, the rate is meaningless. Those piloting that deck want to take control of the game state in a way that builds card advantage and finally board advantage until they have their enemy in a stranglehold and can kill them at their leisure. So let's use this general term. How fast does it implement its strategy? In my opinion, if you're not laying a solid foundation to your strategy by turn 3, and certainly by turn 4, you are likely to be far behind your opponent. I'm guessing here, but I bet about 70% of Pauper games are won by turn 7. If not, the fat lady is about to sing. How much interaction do you want in a particular list? I think this ties into consistency. Like I said earlier, I think multiple synergies between your cards are key. I want each card to be able to react with 4 others, and my opponents too. Here's a great example. Recently, D gave me a heads up on a card that might be able to solve an issue Simic Advance has with losing its heavy hitters, Alexi's Cloak. It's a blue and a colorless enchantment with flash that gives a creature its enchanting shroud. Excellent protection for my creatures, also a fantastic multi-counterspell against decks like Is It Blitz. Here's the original build of Simic Advance. Here is where Deluxikov's version stands as of today, and here is where my version stands as of today. Thanks to all of you for joining me on this first outing of Rogue's Corner.
And we're back. Alright, that was the debut of Rakdos Carnarium. Let's just jump right into it. Hopefully you all saw it. Woo! Yeah, that's a fun deck, Simic Advance, but what'd you guys think of the new Rakdos Carnarium? Would you go? How much would tickets be? Just a loved one, under the age of 10 probably. Wink, wink. Alright, we've got 2 mana, but a little bit of a slow roll here. We've got plenty of counter magic. Let's keep this, see what happens. We're on the draw. Keep. Wait, did it say it's Shrew Circus? No. I have to double check. That's a good one, Nims. 1 pound of your own flesh is the entry fee. Do you have a choice? No, you don't have a choice. It's coming to your town, damn it. Like how he just pulls down and then the whole circus is like kind of an illusion. It's like, or is it? Dun dun. What's up with all the black decks? Oh yeah, we're in tournament practice room. That's what. Well, let's see. I'm going to gamble here. Being that we, a lot of times they want to have the little setup with the Golgari scenario here. So, or it's more creature based than like disfigures and such. So I think we might be able to let this Delver survive a turn. Boop-de-doo. I thought you would be on some Rakdos Coronary. Yeah, got to mix it up, man. It's a red herring show, I tell you. I make you look this way, and then I play blue. All right. Hey, it lived. What the hell? Yeah, we want to show that off. I want to go like this. And we're going to, you know what? I guess we'll go like this. And we'll attack. I got to just kind of slow roll this here. All right. Yeah. And I plan for my second opponent to be Rakdos too. See, I go to great lengths to organize this show, I tell you. Spore Frog. Oh, man, this is going to be a long game. Do we counter this? I think we do. We haven't seen TE show up yet. We've got Echoing Truth for games 2 and 3 if he does drop it here. Let's see what we've got. Good news is a lot of our stuff will live and we can get rid of Dispel. Let me make a little note to self. Because most of their stuff's creature-based if they're going through Golgari. Speaking of Golgari, my youngest Aaron boy, he just loves playing Golgari. He's got his deck every day gets a little bit better, which is worse and worse for me because I went from winning a few games here and there to almost none. Let's see here. All right. Well, we've got our immunity, but we don't have a way around a Stinkweed Imp outside of a bounce spell, which we have plenty of. Let me preordain here. We've got another creature. I think I'm going to just lean on the insect here. I'm going to say bottom. Man, I don't know about this. I can see more cards if I do this. We'll say top on this. Let me go find one more island so I don't have to play it. Oh, nope, not going to happen. Our il-Kor is pretty cool. We've got the Sanctuary combo happening here. Really, really, really want to bounce spell here. I think the way out of this game, I'm going to say bottom on these. All right, we've got our bounce spell. Can't really activate that. But we've got bounce. We've got pretty much 3 dead cards. Even though we got a little jump start here, I don't really like our board because of this. I don't mind having protection and snap for Stinkweed, but... Oh, Stinkweed didn't come back. Interesting. Right. Snugglesworth in the house. Yeah, we've used Vessel in a few builds. I think the green ramp I was planning on playing today, but just getting into this blue Blitz mode here. Torture deck's incredibly powerful in real life. Same with Tron. Online, it's a clock eater. And if you don't find this mentioned card, then you're up against it. All right. Well, we've got a new snap target. Darn it. All right. Come on, come on, come on. What do we got? What do we got? Ponder's in the house. Well, let's do it. Maybe we get a full-blown counterspell. Huh. Well, I can snap boom. Let's do this. Nope. Let me actually let me snap here. So I've got Dispel backup in case he's just got anything else. Unless he wants to just eat his own dude here. Okay. Did we play this guy last week? Remember that 0 activation dude? Untap up to 2. Cool. We'll play this. Well, hold on a minute. Yeah, that's fine. We've got one more snag. Probably problem here is we've got to use it on Cryptrats and Stinkweed, but that's if they had 6 mana right now. We've got them on an okay clock. I still like our opponent's play here just because of our 3 Dispels are just kind of like dead draws in our hand. It's like we quadruple or triple mulliganed. Drafting IPAs. That could become a drinking game. I could get pretty heavy pretty fast. Mystic Sanctuary is turned off for the moment. Getting rid of our counterspell shenanigans. Coming in for 4. I don't really mind a activation of 3 by the rat here after a while because we're going to be able to hit him so hard. I think we Vapor Snag at the end of turn. Doink. 1 more life. Yeah, hold on a minute here. Let me do this. I like that. Let's say, we'll say top. I'll bring this dude out. Get him to 6. Alright. Actually, probably might have wanted a Mystic Sanctuary there just so we've got an option here, but the math is going to work out if he goes the Crypt Rat plan where he's going to have to kill himself to kill our dudes. So we will see. If we do win it, not bad with 3 dead draws here. Unless he can kill his own dude, we're okay here. The Myrrh doesn't really do much of anything. This card is so good on these guys. I don't like it. Golgari Ratfam. You totally missed that. Pauperganda's on Saturdays now. Oh, why do I need such a long name? Oh my goodness. It has been a while. Wow. Good to see you back, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, it has been a while. All right, well, I could have planned this a lot better, but we're going to go for Vapor Snag, that little bit of extra life. Yes, we want to use this ability, and yes, we want to attack, or do we? 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll just come on over for this. If he powers up anything, we've kind of won. Hoo-yah! Don't judge me, Shiraz. Cash overrides in the house, too. All right. I got the whole family back in order. Now, if only Arch Naomi would show up, right? Of course, that's Thalia something now. Every once in a while, she'll join us again, too. So, you've joined the dark side. Yes, but I'm still playing Rogue. If you'll notice, we've got a Clout of the Dominus, Spellfist, and Infiltrator il-Kor. Our 12 creatures with a wall of counter magic. It's not doing us any good against a deck that doesn't really have any. So, even though we got our opponents on the rope, we're pretty up against it here. Unless they've got some sort of fog here. I don't know what the play is. They're going to kill themselves? Each player sacrifices a creature. Okay, hopefully they can't recur this. Not the first time we've seen the Reaper on this show. It's a good card. Please don't have another. Of course, it does cost 4. 1. Okay. I think he thinks he can target that, but he can't. The benefit of Shroud, my friends. Let's click slowly so I don't have another derp championship. All right. Well, I'm pleased with that because this was from the first draw and we were dead. Good news is we've got lots of options here and we're going to take out all of them. Rare that I do that. I love 4 of them, but man, we're going to turn that off quick. I think I'm going to lean on Spreading Seas here. Hydroblast not going to do anything. Annul's pretty good. We'll bring these in. And some Flying Geists sound good. Echoing Truth sounds good. Man, so we got to get rid of 3 cards. Vapor Snag's good against some stuff. Maybe not all of them, though. Maybe I lose... you know, I like Piracy Charm here, too, because of end-of-turn frog shenanigans. So I think I can lean on 1 less Truth. 1 less this. Maybe 1 less Snag. Let's get rid of 1 Ponder. So I like Piracy Charm end-of-turn with this Spore Frog tricks. I was about to pull those out, but we'll see. There are no relics, damn it. We've got counter magic finally. I don't need to dirty up my board with that now, finally. Let's see. Oh, so if you're just joining us, our creature package is Delver, Spellfist, Kor. There's 12 of them. There's a lot of ways to find them and get them. There's a lot of counter magic. We run all 4 Dispels main for keeping our creatures safe, and for the new Cycle Storm deck that's everywhere, and Tron and what have you. And lightning bolts, things like that. So I think we're all right here. We can Echoing Truth a TE if it shows up. We can counter it. If we get this, we can kill a Spore Frog at the end of turn. All right, let's go. Oh no, Cash Override, what's going on? I hope it wasn't you that personally paid millions. If so, what are you doing playing Pauper? Little Fiend in the house. They brought Shroud and Ninja. Oh yeah, there's a really cool deck, Why Do I Need Such a Long Name, by Caleb Cannon. It's all over YouTube. Like every hour it gets like more views than we've ever gotten ever. It's just nuts. But very well and great for the format. Just shakes it up. No new cards introduced. Just, well, yeah, there was the new cycles came out. I didn't think you could do anything with them, but boy, did they prove me wrong. We have Ponder. We've got Preordain. We're on the draw. I'm going to keep this. I've seen better draws with the Crayon here. Okay, so he doesn't have TE, so I think we can relax on the Annul plan here and just try to come out aggro. Next turn, we'll hope for a island. If not, we'll Ponder for 1 and hopefully grab an island, sit back on Annul, and maybe that's all we need. Who knows? Sometimes Delver can just get there. I know I've been the victim of it plenty of times. Some of the YouTube players still are playing with those horrible MTGO sound effects on the YouTube vids. Yeah. I've been a big proponent of playing mute for a long time, because if you're like me, you have your own music playing in the background or on some device, and you don't need it mushing. What are the odds that you like the same music I do? In my case, it's very rare. We do not want to reveal this. Nope. We're going to go like this, play this, and I think I'm going to Ponder. I think I'll sit on Annul here. We like the Spellfist. That's pretty cool. But I'm kind of after lands here. I'm going to throw these all back. Yeah, I want to shuffle. All right. Oh, there's another Delver. Darn it. Let's see if we can get lucky. Attack! I'll have to keep a watchful eye for a counterspell here for a Cryptorat. Why do we need to write in caps? Oh man, wait, we used to write in caps? Yep, we did. Yeah, it just caused too much confusion. You still can. It just shows how old school you are. It's awesome. Proves you're an old original. If I had a time machine, I'd probably not do that and focus or like hire somebody to be a Twitter presence or some Reddit thing or something that we're not focused on, because my goodness, I think Wizards of the Coast lives on Twitter, and I go there about 3 times a year. We should actually ask for that little... All right. No. Dang it. Come on. Quick draw on creatures. You'd think we have 50 creatures in this thing. Wait. All right. Here we go. Well, what we're not going to do is bounce the Elder. All right. I really want land. We've got a Snap, an Echoing Truth, a Spellfist. We'll say bottom. I do want land. Play this. We don't have any counter magic here. I'm going to go here. If we do get wiped with a Crypt Rat for little bits, it's going to be frustrating. You know, I'm tempted to just run in here and see if his Elder is going to go for it. I'm going to do it. More mana he's got, the more rats is going to hurt us. And if he wants to trade here, nope. Okay, that's what I figured. I sense that he's got rats and he's just going to trip it for 1, so that's why I attacked there. Get in 1 more damage. Crazy, says what I need such a long name. When did you start streaming? I think that's when we started streaming, yeah. But I believe, yeah, we had this, I think it was April of 2016 was when we went down the rabbit hole, so to speak. Okay, well, this is maddening. What do we lose? What do we lose? We're going to be able to hit pretty hard there. If we don't, I'll get rid of a Delver. We'll get rid of a Delver. I think it was April 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. Trip down memory lane. Come on, flip, damn it. Thank you. Good grief. All right. Well, I'm not going to wait around. I'm going to snap that and turn off his plan here before he can do anything. Well, Echoing Truth that because it'll trip our Spellfist. And we'll attack and we'll counter. And hopefully we've got enough to do stuff with. I'm not feeling very confident at the moment. That's right. And remember, Shiraz was Johnny on the spot, right? Show number 1. And funny little side note, I remember Little Fight just losing his mind because, like, after 4 or 5 months, I was like, yeah, I figured I'd try hardwiring in. He's like, you haven't been doing that? I was like, no wonder we were having so many issues. Technotard here. Captain Luddite at your service. I'm often laughed at by a Little Fight. He'll call me a genius one moment and an absolute idiot the next. It's a strange dichotomy, I tell you. Spore Frog showing up. All right, well, we've got end of turn Spore Frog shenanigan tricks and able to kill it, so that lock doesn't really work too well against bounce. If only there was small caps. Get in the Spirit Cash Override. Pauper's only getting older along with all of us. Got to be excited for the format. Whoa! Maybe we should have an all cap special when they finally ban something of Flickertron. All right. Well, let's see here. I kind of like spitting that Tree Folk back into his hand because he has no targets, and because it might force him to replay it for nothing, or trip the frog. Trip the frog. Here I go again. Trip the frog. You gotta trip the frog. Why do I need such a long name as Back in Action, baby? Woo! Tripping on frogs. Yeah. Come on, you little spore maggot. That is a disgusting looking frog. And I like frogs. Probably got about 3 or 4 paintings of them in the house here, but... Alrighty. I just hope they ban the Tron and not familiars. I don't even want the lands to go away. Everybody knows my stance. Get rid of Ephemerate. Even get rid of this. And get rid of Ghostly Flicker. So if that dies, that's cool. So this gives the illusion that that's a blocker, but any spell in my whole deck's unblockable, so we're okay here. And I don't know if I like this. I've got some shenanigans there with the Perilous Mirror. Okay. I think we'll be able to pull this one off. Can't get to it. I'd really like some counter magic here. That helps. Let's see. You know, if I bounce something now, I think he'd be more likely to respond if he has some sort of trick to kill his own Myr. So let's do this here. Has he got anything? Nope. Okay. So now we will protect our dude. Hold on. I want to hit cancel. I clicked pretty high here, and I want to make sure I didn't click on that. Cloud of the Dominus. Insect. Let's go. Doink. And let's just do this for the hell of it. He can't block anyway, but we'll keep up the illusion that maybe he can, because sometimes people don't read what Elusive Spellfist does. And look at that. We've got this wall of awesome coming our way. Why did I pay too much for that? Oh, well, a little derp. When did Pauper first come into being? Gosh, Snogglesworth, I don't know if there's a true hard date on that. It kind of dripped into being. People played it in the tournament rooms, but I think the very first official daily or something, I'm sure that has a date, but God created Vintage, Legacy, Modern, and then Pauper. And on the 7th day, he played a challenge. Alright, what do we have here? Golgari showing up. Alright, well, I just win here unless he's got some crazy cool combo. Got to keep 2 out because of that Slum Reaper. We'll see, but it looks like, you know, if I didn't punt in game 2, we'd be undefeated. Craziness. All right, guys, I'll be right back after our little quick Pictionary game. Be right there.
Is there more to entertainment than 500-channel TV and zillion-dollar movies? Turning the sound up and your mind off? Is there still a place where fun involves thinking, imagining, doing? Some of us think so, and we find it in a game. Magic the Gathering. All you need to play is a brain, a deck, and a friend.
And we're back. Well, that music in that old video sounds like Beck. All right, we're going to keep this because we've got Ponder and Preordain. Hopefully we'll just find another land. Play a core, start attacking some more, and counter some more after that. Drop some Ponder here. Yep. Guys, should I get myself a Merit Lager or a Moscow Mule? Yeah, we still got that old school commercial. All right. We've got enough creatures here. Let me do this. Say no to that. We'll start developing an army after this with some counterspell backup and hope for the best. Little Fiend in the House took so long to get the game because it required a friend. Oh, I know, back then, right? I was so thrilled that when I still remember just like, oh my God, tomorrow Magic Online comes out, and they had the little transparent arrows that showed you how the stack worked, which improved my game immeasurably. I'm a bit dense when I'm told something, but when I see it, I can get it. All right, let's go like this, and we're gonna float, baby. Woo! Looks like we're up against Bully, which we're really dependent on our counter magic, and especially Infiltrator il-Kor having Clout of the Dominus on it. So next turn, not quite sure what to do. Probably float another il-Kor and hope for the best. Is this Bully or is it Monarch? Yeah, me too. Why do I need such a long name? And by the way, why do you need such a long name? I don't know, all the years I've been streaming, if I've ever asked you that. If I have, I just forgot the answer, so enlighten us again. All right, well, odds are not good. Let's float again, suspend. I'm just going to play this. Could have preordained for another island. We'll see. 18, we've already got 3. I'm going to just lean on Dispel and Counterspell to keep our dudes alive. It's kind of a race to see who gets it first, especially if they're on Rally the Peasants there. So, do you keep that stop at end of combat specifically for Desert? Yes, Snogglesworth. That is exactly what it's for. Cast Override. Yeah, I like 5 Decorative decks foiled out. Nice. Nice for you. For me, I'll trade a foil for 2 of their regular ones any day. Keep in mind, too, if you join us on Pauper Classic Tuesdays, courtesy of Arctic Ghost and such, good friends over at MTGO Traders, we've been having record turnouts because of the virus and everything. But, boy, pro tip, whenever they're about to announce the rounds, close out a chat because it will crash. Everybody almost has to restart when they have the chat open. If you close it right before announcements, there's just a wall of stuff and something Moto doesn't like. I mean, I'm hardwired in. It has nothing to do with CPU usage or whatever. So, I don't know. I tried 6 of my usernames. Twitch always said my name needed to be long. Nice. Longer. So I tilted a bit. Very cool. I could see that going down, yeah. All right. Let's play this out. I think we're going to be met with a whole bunch of Battle Screech next turn. We'll see. We can always counter it, especially if we draw another island here. All right, Deprive's in the house. Spellfist is interesting. I want to Preordain here. Boy, I'm going to say bottom on this. We've already got quite a bit of counter magic. I'm going to say top on this. Get our mana right. We could lean on this. I'll play this next turn. I kind of like having double backup plan here, especially against a deck as diverse as Bully variants. So back just in time, says Juraz. Good times. I like how he's just bleeding with speed, like peeling out of reality, doing something. All right. And with so many Dispels and Counterspells main, we usually get around the Prismatic Strands soft lock too. So, all right. So we got Moros. Got to make my bathroom breaks longer. I didn't have time to go to the bathroom. Isn't that the point of them? Too much coffee, too much time. I could see Pauperganda, not to gross anybody out, in like 20 or 30 years. I'm just sitting here and on a seat of a different persuasion, let's just say. We'll turn on our Mystic Sanctuary engine to the demise, or to the surprise. What would the word be? We still got Dispel back up. I'm going to go get back our Deprive. Hopefully that's all she wrote. Okay, cool. Really wanted, man, if against this deck in particular, if you can get the Clout to drop, it's just over. They can maybe Oblivion Ring the Clout and then Firebolt the Infiltrator, but other than that, it's good times. Now they do have Electricity main, I think, usually one of them lately. Mana Tithe, yes. We got this. Our spell costs nothing. Wow. All right. Let's bring this back. Bring back this. And this might bait them to try to go out because they think our counterspell's coming up next turn. So I like to do that in this scenario. Whereas we have a lot of answers. Because of that, I think the play here, I've got him on a 2-turn clock. Spellfist will make it even faster. I'm going to Spellfist. Let's go. Nothing can block us. Yeah, it is disgusting. Why do I need such a long name? A lot of people love it. That's the problem. That's another card I think needs to go. Not so much, though. There's a lot more egregious candidates for that. Interesting play here. I'll Dispel it. Probably walking in. If they pass the turn here, we obviously know that they have a Prismatic Strands, but they also know that we have Deprive coming up next. I don't think they'd want to walk into that without a white creature showing up. So I'm just drawing a little awkward here. Let's see what happens. What is this new devilry? One of my favorite lines from Lord of the Rings. Okay, that's cool. We can snap that. I mean, Vapor Snag it, turn on Spellfist for another damage. Come on over for 8. If that red mana does anything, it might be a lot less. Okay. Interesting. The more you know, says what. Yes. So why do I need such a long name? Have you been keeping up with us on YouTube, or are you just ready to just veg out to a bunch of new Pauperganda stuff? Because you've been gone so long, I think when you left, we had like 5 or 6 commercials. We've got over 31 now. Custom MTG spoofs and such, one of which debuted today, the Rakdos Carnarium. Thought about playing Seal of Removal in this too, like that, but... Okay, Deprive is back, baby. I think we just attack here. I think I'll save Vapor Snag for something else. I'd rather just sit on 2 counterspells. Battle Screech there, okay. Attack. Good to go. Okay. So there, guys. We have all the windows open because it's so warm here in California. This week especially. And I've got some pretty meaty neighbors. They lift extremely heavy weights. They're like these power lifter dudes. Mentioned them last week, I know, but... Well, I'm going to let them have it. We've got double counter magic here, and they can't really block any of our deck if we don't want them to. So, smoky cheese. Where'd that come from? But anyway, so if you hear some bro speak way off in the distance, that's them. All right, Prismatic showing up. We can also Vapor Snag in response at the end of the turn here because they're out of white mana. Man, I've been looking at your YouTube stuff. I guess I just don't enjoy watching Magic as much as I used to. Dipped in a lot more of Age of Empires. Interesting. Gotcha. Hey, nope. No harm, no foul there. All right, let's do this. With only 1 mana up, depending on what this trick is. Let's say no to that. He knows this is coming, so I'm a little curious what happens next. Has he got a Lightning Bolt? I don't think we... I think we saved the counter magic for Prismatic. Let's see. Well, you know, either way, I've got him. So he'll be at 3. He can kill one thing. One of these is going to get through. So I'll Vapor Snag at the end of the turn here. And turn off his ability to Prismatic here. Zoinks! All right. I'm an ESO addict now. Huh? What's ESO? What is my favorite card, Snogglesworth? Of all time, Contract from Below. Not many cards have paid my rent like that one has back in the day. All right, we've got... Actually, I got to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Discuss. Boros. Sideboard. Go! All right. So what I don't like in this scenario is the Weatherseed Faeries. So Echoing Truth, yeah, probably both of them. Hydroblast, not so sure. We have 4 Dispels. I think we're going to get rid of the Charm. They didn't see the Clout, so I don't think we even have to worry about a Standard Bearer. If you bring Standard Bearer against this deck, you're going to lose. Only target is the Clout, and we've got so much bouncing power, it's kind of obscene. Well, there's 1 Ponder as per norm. Double Echoing Truth. We've got Bounce City. I really like Stormbound Geists in this matchup. I don't know about all 3, though. Obscene bouncing, yes. Well, it trips this dude all day long, and stuff can't be bounced. Plus, you know, if they land a Seeker of the Way, I'm in big trouble because this deck, one of the other weaknesses it has, other than going wide, is all right. Bye bye Ponder. Is I'm going to be on the draw anyway. when things go wide, that's the weakness, and also life gain. Something gains like 20 plus life. It's pretty hard to shut the door. Can do it, but whoo, yeah. It's funny you bring that up. Let fight. In the other room, my son is playing Skyrim as we speak, or he was last time I checked in on him. All right. Well, we've got some counter magic here. They usually start slow, but we're on the draw, so I think we might want to wait on. We're going to keep. I think we might want to wait on this. So let's put down a win for Boros. Yeah, this deck does pretty good against Boros variants. There's just so many dispels and snapology, I guess you'd call it, right? We'd be undefeated if I didn't just ultra punt. That is all on me. I think I'm going to wait. What do you guys think? I think we should wait, have Dispel back up. That's a strange one, Snogglesworth. I haven't seen Manatide played against me in probably, it's been about a year last time I had it work. What do we have here? Is this going to be a Squadron Hawk here? Nope. All right. The Inspector shows up in their condescending stance. That does almost nothing against us. I really like having access to some graveyard stuff, but then like not really caring about the rest of it, if that makes any sense. Now we've got Counterspell backup. At least it's going to cost them 2 cards to get rid of our Delver, which isn't that great in this matchup. They've got a lot of ways to block it. I want my graveyard to be pretty full, though, so that the Stormbound Geist trigger doesn't happen, but we've got 2 of them in hand, so we'll be all right. In my playgroup, the fear is real. Alright, we don't have, we do have Hydroblast, but I just think it's overkill. The majority of the stuff we want to counter against Boros is instants, so keep it simple, stupid. Every blue deck should run a play spec of Force Spikes or Disrupts. That's Snogglesworth. I'm very tempted with Disrupt. I really like that card. I think it draws you a card even if it gets countered. Isn't that true? Can't quite remember. Good news here is if we can fill up our board enough, they're going to have to trip the Relic, which is going to hurt them almost more. But it's nice to just have enough graveyard interaction that somebody can kind of overboard or dumb down their deck not knowing what you're on. And we can go the other route. I'm guilty of, especially when I'm streaming, I'm so not used to playing such a control-heavy build that sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I can't do anything. Wait, I can do something, and then it's over. When I play solo, I don't do that because I can concentrate, but I'm sitting here trying to... all right, let's do this. We'll say yes. Bros are getting pretty loud outside. All right, let's preordain here. We still got Counterspell. We just want to find lands here. Not these. I like Counterspell a lot, but right now I'm just going to go all in with my land search. No. Oh, next turn maybe. I'll have Dispel and we can go like that. And even a Journey doesn't hurt us there. All right, well, let's attack. The problem with that is, though, you know, huge Battle Screech blocking and stuff, but we've got so much bounce we can probably come out like up with a 4/1 there. Jim Bros win? Oh, no, outside. My neighbors, the windows are all open. It's really hot, and they're working out like probably 40 feet from an open window. So if you hear some denizens of the sweaty world, that's what you're hearing. All right, they've got 3 mana to our 2. Let's see if they make it 4. Squadron Hawk showing up. Ultra Blocker. Here we go. Do I even lift? No, man. I used to, but my problem being a mesomorph, boy, I even stare at a weight and my neck starts going like this, and I'm 5'9" in the morning, wink, wink, and if I'm around weights too much, I start looking way too broed out, swole, whatever you want to call it. I'd much rather be built like Bruce Lee, but instead I've got more of a way too muscular for what I do. I would like to shred it off, but I think everybody wants what they don't got. Like my oldest is built like Bruce Lee with being half Asian genetics, and he looks amazing, but all he wants to do is get huge. And I'm like, you don't understand. Huge is easy. All right, let's stop this, hopefully. See if he's got another one behind it. I miss hitting the gym, though I have to be honest, I enjoy being a fat ass as well. Why do I need such a long name? All right, we get 2 for 2 here. Lightning Blast gonna go down. Darn it. Well, it cost him a hawk, so that was like a 2 for... That was a 3 for 2. And here we go. Hopefully we just draw into an island. We paid our dues. We got rid of a counterspell. Excuse me, too much carbonation. Counterspell and the other just to try to draw into another island. Our opponent's got 4 now. Come on. Man, this is getting frustrating. Don't really want to snap much of anything. I'm going to snap this just for sheer tempo and to fill up our yard a little bit more. I need some time here because our deck is not giving us any options. And we'll play this to stop this. So go from 2 damage to none, hopefully. No, I switch as if 8 or 9 cups of coffee isn't enough. Sometimes on streaming days I'll have a little bit of Coke Zero too. So switch up the flavorings. Swimmer here too, and a river rat to boot. This is a little fight. Yeah, the only kind of working out that I should be doing is the no fun persuasion, like all cardio all the time. Like I said, if I'm in the room with a 5-pound weight, I'll start gaining muscle. It's pretty ridiculous. I probably should have been a power lifter. Battle Screech. All right. He's going to go all in with Battle Screech. We've got Dispel for at least one of the... this looks like Bully, some sort of Bully variant. Not sure. Lightning Axe, it's like, is Gurmag really that big of a problem? Just chump block it or play COP Black. This might be better and more flexible to just play more burn. Who knows? All right. Sanctuary showed up. We don't really have a play outside of the others here. Let's see. We've got so many snaps. I'm going to play another snap just to kind of utilize our mana well. Turn this on and at least feign some sort of attack. I doubt he's going to Prismatic Strands this. A humble brag. Well, I wish my metabolism was a little bit faster. So definitely could be a little bit lighter, but like I said, I think everybody wants what they don't have. Dominus or no? You know, I'm going to go in with Dominus here. We've got an opening. I want to take it. If they want to kill these, that's fine. We've got Dispel after that, so. No, I'd much rather be built like my oldest son. But I'm sure if I was, then I'd probably just want to be bulky. Unevolved. All right, here we go. Back to the fitness question. Yeah, one of the other things too that I'll get rid of Delver. I've got access to was when I was real young. I had a whole lifetime of martial arts and gymnastics too, so that stuff never leaves you. I can still do some pretty young man stuff. In fact, the Frisbee just went out of bounds the other day and I was able to go over a fence pretty rapidly, especially given my extra weight around the trunk. We won't tell anyone. Wiki Bear gave it away, yes. Oh man, I wish Conan did I wish he did that every show. I mean, I don't know if he could ever run out of topics with how good their writing is on that show. It was so good. I gotta concentrate here. I know we won the first game, but this one's not feeling that great. We've got our deck's really fighting us on this mana. We do play 18 and we've got some mana manipulation, but so far not so good. I'm going to just play Stormbound next time. I hope I just draw an island here, and then we have Dispel backup still. There we go. Okay. Well, we've got Dispel backup now. We've got good blockers now. I'm not even sure if attacking here is the way to go. We're tied up. Yeah, I'll attack. Can I play against you next? Sure, Snogglesworth. We're going to, yeah, we'll just go right into the next match. So I'll wait for you. Once we're totally done, give it a beat or two, and then just get your deck ready and private challenge ready. I know that can be one of the worst things on Magic Online. It doesn't crash very much unless you're talking in the chat on a Pauper Classic Tuesday, but other than that is the challenge window. It's so dainty and there's no way to expand it. All these updates and they put sound effects and stuff. It's like, could you guys fix that so we could expand this menu? It's very relevant to what you're playing. It drives me nuts. All right, so we got to hold off on Dispel here just because of the threat of Rally of the Paupers. I mean, Rally of the Peasants. Whoop, whoop. Let's see. That's a word I say too often, let's see. But I'm always pondering something, so. Yeah. Oh, there's a card we don't want to see. Okay, well, Echoing Truth just got a new target, maybe other than the birds. Can EOT that and come swinging for the win. Who knows? What the other mana get spent on? Interesting. Poker table style. Ready? We're taking 4, they're taking 2. This ratio is not going to last very long. Unless they have... We've got the same turn next turn. Now is when we don't want to see any more islands. This deck really likes to hold off at about 4 or 5. Compared to most decks, 6 or 7. That helps, but we're getting eaten up here, so I'm going to play this. And do we attack here? I don't think we do. I'm going to hold back. Play cowardly. Oh yeah, the old green felt on the Magic background. That's what I always played with too. Although I vastly prefer no options now because, God, it was so tacky. Sometimes your opponent would have some artwork there and it just, there's so much to concentrate on anyway. And you get all these distracting backgrounds and such. At least that's my opinion. I like the flat, there's enough stuff to concentrate on. You don't need to have all this stuff floating around or animate. Oh man, I did not want that to drop. I don't think we're going to win this just because of Seeker. They're at 12, we're at 10. Board's kind of locked up unless we get bounce counter and there's no counter to the counter. And they've just got a bunch of lands in their hand. This isn't feeling so good here. That is not my music playing. That is the neighbors. Apologies. I will never play music for you guys. Although I almost went live the other day. I was thinking I had a Magic song I was doodling on the guitar, and I'm like, that would be a funny little Facebook moment. Well, this is interesting. He's probably got Rally. He's hoping to kill this thing and then maybe trip this in response. Is that the play? I think that's the play. Am I clairvoyant? No, I guess not. Don't know if I really want to trip that. Like trickery. He could still have Rally behind that. Let's do this just because I don't want to lose it to a relic. So if that goes through, take 1, boom, he trips that, kills the Unearth, and then I'm down a lot of creatures. You want to kill my Stormbound Geist, you're going to have to work a little harder. Unless he wants to trip the Prismatic. Nope. All right. Bird down. His relics are just reminiscing. Okay. Does he do it now, though? Because if he does that, then he loses Prismatic and Firebolt. He's not getting any of the value out of Seeker. That's kind of scary. It's like, God, what other counters are in his hand here? Relic of the past. trip it. He's gonna... Alright, I don't really mind this. I don't think we're winning this game, but getting rid of this and Prismatic, I'll take that. Cool. Snap would be really good here. Hey, all right. Boy, we're getting... I gotta have a... I just gotta be mono-focused here. I'm gonna untap these. Whoa! Is that the sound effect for that face? All right. And I'll come crashing in here. I know... gotta play to my outs here. And get pecked apart either way. One more, and or I can hit for 3. Why dry cards when you can just tutor for them? Yeah, I'll just call my cards as I need them, man. Let's get a Echoing Truth next. That'd be nice. I'll wave my little magic pen. Whoop. Echoing Truth coming up. Remember, guy was like, wasn't too long in a Pauperganda's streaming thing, and we had that positivity show, and I like named, I think it was like 7 out of 10 cards off the top. It's just like this power of positive thinking show. Anybody remember that? I know Little Fight was there. Obviously, Shiraz was there. That was a fun one. That got kind of spooky because we started naming cards where I only had one of them, and it was like the 3rd or 4th turn, and it was like we'd hit it, and it was like, cue the Twilight Zone. Yeah, and Nimchimsky was there too. All right, good times. Glad I wasn't just imagining things. Yeah, that sound change was the bane of my world about 2 or 3 weeks ago when that came down. All right, we got to counter this, and then we're just playing naked. Yield. If he's got any sort of Pyroblast here, we're just... Not enough critters showed up. All right, that happened way earlier, didn't it? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, 1, 2... Somebody grabbed 1. Hey, it's better than none. We're dead next turn. Yeah, that's a nice diversification of aerial power there. All right, we won't even show them that. We'll concede here. We're 1-1 against Boros. Bully, it looks like. I know a little something about that list. Ha! Why don't you play Deluxe? Because everybody's playing it. I kind of like how we're boarded up here. Oops. Nope, not yet. Snogglesworth, sorry. Got to finish this one up. It's game 3, buddy. We're 1-1. But thank you for being Johnny on the spot with it. Spreading Seas, I don't think so. Geist feels good at 2. I think we're good here, guys. 4, 4. No problem, buddy. I do it all the time. What was it? Oh, about an hour ago, I started talking about something. So what I did, finally, all this downtime, I traded with my son all of my extra lands so that when I import a deck now, it has to use my lands. I hate when I do that, and there's always like 1 or 2 swamps that are different. I'm like, what are you doing? I've got 30 of this one, and why don't you choose that one? So I just, there was like something like 10,000 cards or something crazy. So now it's like, I import them just like I've got Snow, I've got Basic, and then I've got like stuff like Mystic Sanctuary, and that's it. So if you have a lot of time on your hands, I recommend doing that. It's pretty good times. All right. I don't think Annul's worth it. We have a double Echoing Truth. We just didn't see it. Let's do the Superstitious Shuffle. Boy, don't say that 3 times. And that'll be our change. And we're going to digitally mess everything up there. Hopefully I didn't dork up my camera angle there or hit the computer. Oh, I'm the same. Snogglesworth. All right. Let's do it. 2 power. Cool. I'd really like this to be a Infiltrator, but we'll keep this. Pretty hard not to. Oftentimes they lead off with a Karoo land or a life land, so this Delver might live. We'll see if it does. I prefer Resurrection Shuffle by Tom Jones. Yeah, I really like that swamp from, oh gosh, it's a full art swamp, but kid you not, every time it'll bring in like 19 of the one I like, and then it'll always throw in this one, and I only have one of them, and I was like, that's what really tipped me off. I'm like, you know what? I've got nothing but time today. I'm going to trade all of this crap. So this never happens. Sorry, carbonation overload. You know what? That's a good idea. Why do I need such a long name? We do want to reveal this. But now we're just going to try to run this all the way home. Wee, wee, wee. All the way home. Booyah. This is going to be the Delver Lawnmower edition. So he's going to have to put a lot of stuff in front of that with all the bounce that we have to keep this thing satisfied. And that's a pretty scary clock, a 4/3 flyer with Shroud. Yeah, I really like this card. I tried 4. It was a little bit too much. 3 feels right with the card draw we've got. Often feels like 4. He might Pyroblast it here. That would suck. Or, what is it? Hydroblast? Wait, Pyroblast. I had it right the first time. Darn it. Coffee? Yeah, I got a little bit of coffee left. Can't do nothing about that. So the tiebreaker game here. So after this one, Snogglesworth will be the time. Play one last game with Snogglesworth and we'll call it a day. Like I said, if we win this one, I don't think we should have lost a single game other than my punt. But it was good for comedic value, right? It was a lot of fun there. Just give me an island. Let me just play an honest game here. Give me an island. All right, cool. Thank you for that. We've got counterspells. We've got bounce. We got game. Let's see if we can do this. Saturday evening, drunk, watching some Pauperganda. Shiraz, we are living in 2020 life. Why do I need such a long name? So glad to have you back, my friend. Hopefully you make it a habit. If not, understand. There's a lot of games to choose from, and I know I wouldn't want to hear me or watch my bald head all day long, but glad to have you back. Ooh, what do we have here? What's going down here? Oblivion Ring. No. We're just going to counter that. I'm going to take all hope away. I don't want to bounce it, because then he can just keep doing it. He's going to go after the Clout. I hate that people know that. You're supposed to just scoop. Yes! All right. All right, Snogglesworth. Last we go. But like I said, that is usually how Boros goes. And most Delver variants. I win 2-1 with this list. There's just so much counter magic and bounce and answers to the answers. So it's pretty good times. Alrighty, waiting for Snogglesworth. In the meantime, we can just go over the list here and show you guys some of the goods that may have joined us a little bit late. Whoop, there we go. Never mind. We'll do that after the show. Yes, so see this? This is what I was complaining about. You can't extend this. You can't. Little Fight and I are always like, what are they thinking? Just drives us nuts, right? Love the idea of Pauperganda as prime times. Doubt that, but that's a nice thought. We'll eventually move to another time slot. There's some big disadvantages to being on the weekend, but I used to love being like the kickoff to the weekend, or the idea of, you know, when people had jobs and I would play on Fridays. That was kind of interesting. But we have a Ponder, we have a creature, we've got counter magic. We don't know what Snogglesworth is on. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and we'll keep this. It's another thing that's just so broken about blue. I mean, I'm not telling tales out of school. Everybody knows this. Number one reason to play it, you can keep one land hands because of Ponder and Preordain. What is a job? Yeah. Okay. We got plains across from us. We get an island, we just win. Just kidding. Don't want to get overconfident here. All right. We will ponder. Not much to do else. All right. Delver shows up. Let's go. Now hold on a minute. This on the bottom. This here. This here. Nope. That still doesn't work, does it? We can ponder next turn and set up Delver, though. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Jerp. Oh, my youngest taught me a new term. What did he say? He said, there's that new term, sweaty. And I was like, what, did you just get done working out? And he goes, no, it means I'm trying really hard to win. And I was like, what? So for all you people of the older persuasion like I am in the gaming world, if you hear sweaty, doesn't mean your opponent stinks. It means they're going to try really, really hard. And I'm like, wasn't that the default of most games? But I guess there's games like this where I'm just trying to chat and stuff. I always use the term sweaty. Yeah, I had never heard of it. You'd think doing this show weekly I would eventually have heard something, but no. All right. Let me drop Delver. Since we've got another creature, I'm not too worried. Let's just set up Delver and make sure that he hits. He's not going to. Man. All right. I really like that il-Kor, but we've already got another creature behind it. But I almost never lose a game when I have il-Kor out. This is our second turn. I'll say bottom. I'll say let's just gamble. We're playing friendly anyway. Yes, that's very true. That's what I thought. Why do I need such a long name? All the mystique with smelly Magic players. That was the last thing I was thinking. I guess you can't really try hard and not sweat. So it makes a little bit of sense there. But Sweaty Betty, yes. Not sure about this play with so much bounce in our deck, but can't blame Snogglesworth for net decking or bringing something that was perfect against us, because any sort of enchantment shenanigans. It was just like a white weenie with, a heroic with a lot of flyers. Delver's not liking that. What's he bringing back? Ooh, a little action there, huh? Okay. Vapor Snag shows up. We'll say yes to that. And we'll go like this. Well, since we're going to show him that we've used it, and maybe he'll fall for the next one. We'll show him what true air superiority is about. Dun dun dun. Probably just Piracy Charm the Hawk in response if he tries to get this shenanigans going again. Much better than returning a Hawk. Got to try to use Piracy Charm as much as you can for full value. That's true of any card, really, but darn blue. Yeah, I got this charm sequence. Hey, I got an idea. Let's give blue the best one. Oh, okay. That was a direct transcript from Wizards of the Coast Inner Dwellings, circa 2004. What do we got? What do we got? All right, Hockey. I see ya. Yep, that sure is. And another Hawk. Why not? Let's see. I'll just drop. Island, please? No. Funny. Snogglesworth just cast a Squadron Hawk, and I heard some geese above us. I was like, that's not the sound a hawk makes. I was like, walk, walk. Getting cluttered here. You know, I'd really like to get full value on the bounce, but I'm going to just suspend this dude and pass the turn. We'll just play defense here. Really, really like to get another land. 3's fine. 4, 5, really good. 6, bit too much. Thought about running Ona's Grace multiple times, but it's just... Oh, the Drill Master. Some form of white nickel showing up. Maybe it is white nickel. Gone full circle. Interesting. The 2 mana. I wonder if he's going to get in for 3. What else he got? Okay. This ain't looking too good for our hero, folks. If I am a hero. It's white nickel. Skyfisher. Back goes Drill Master. Or maybe he doesn't know that he's playing white nickel. Or a version of it. Named after Nichols of Pauperpedia fame. If you're on Facebook at all, I really prefer it for sharing deck ideas and stuff, because you can go on and share pictures and stuff. But definitely want to check out Pauperpedia. It's kind of a, if you don't like clutter and you just want one place that kind of grabs everything related, it saves me a lot of legwork, that's for sure. Go check them out. All right, well, it'd be nice if we get some lands here. Do I just attack here? I want to, I'll snag that. Do I drop another? I think we just wait. We're getting pretty low on life here. Yeah. I think I'm just going to pass here. All right. Opponent has 5 mana. We have 2. This is getting a little frustrating. I'm going to keep the swarms from attacking. Well, that blows. There's not much we can do against that. Could bounce it, but the time to do that was earlier, and I don't want to lose the life here. Drill Master showing up. All right, well, at least it's going to give our Vapor Snag something to do. Good choice, good choice. Put it on something that doesn't matter too much. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, waiting for another cartouche to show up, but no. All right, let's snag this. Pass the turn, take a whole bunch of damage. I don't think we're winning this one. There's just too many bodies on the board. Good for snuggles. Worth a lot of snuggles. Here we go. This feels a little after the fact. This is when Shadow sucks. Thanks a lot, deck. We take 4 in the air no matter what. We could still pull this off. It's rare. We'll play this to at least stem the bleeding. Drop this. We have to attack. This is a good deck for people that don't like to play aggro too much and they're trying to learn, because it just forces you. It's like, well, you're not going to do anything if you just hold back. We got a sneaky win possible, believe it or not. Unlikely, but possible. Not anymore. Snugglesworth's going to take it down. Interesting choice. Oh, yeah, because then we can take 2, 4. Yeah. Okay. Off to game 2. Good game, sir. We got to win out to win out. I'm going to pretend that we're undefeated because of that punt earlier. We would be, damn it. All right, we've seen a lot of that. I don't know if it's enough to warrant. Annul, maybe 1. 2 of these. Saw a lot of 1 drops, so I'm going to keep those in. Dispel. Actually, I think I might take all of these out. Let me just toy with that idea. Take out all the Dispels. This isn't going to do any good. Bring in a Geist. I've got double truth for stuff. I can counter one of them. I don't know if that's really worth it. Might want to just echoing truth for the surprise value there. But we did see cartouches too, so that might be cool. But that's what we have bounce for, so I don't know. I think that's folly. We're going to go like this. 2 Geists. We've got plenty of bounce to get around the other stuff here. All right, let's see what we can do here. It is nice when you go all in a strategy like with Dispel, because in games 2 and 3 it opens up your board and you're just like, wow, this is really tailored to beat this guy. Let's hope we draw more than 2 lands though by turn 6. Well, there's 1, and we've got Preordain. It's a very late game, right? Late. I'm gonna mulligan. Need some aggro here. Okay. Wow. Triple Delver. We'll keep this. This is just a fascinating little experiment here. I think we should just go all in. But you know, Delver's not that good against this man. Let's get rid of a Delver. The purist in me wants to just go all out, right? But then we got to remember he's playing just a bunch of flyers too, so it's not going to be that great. Let's drop the Delver. It doesn't have the same tone as the other. Drop the core. What was the good drop song that we had? Drop the clue or crack the clue. That was the good one. Crack the clue. Crack the clue. You gotta crack the clue. It's up to you. Uh-oh, here comes some loud music outside. Hopefully you guys don't hear it, but it's the end of the show, so it don't matter anyway. Let's say no to that, but we do like seeing it. Okay. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna drop this. Crack, crack, crack the clue. Ooh, we like this. But I really want Clout on this dude. So, Go boom, boom, boom. Say no to that. Let's attack. Let's see if he just wants to kill it now. Might have a mutagenic, but save him a step. It portends that we don't really have any answers here. All right. Did I draw land? Yeah, duh. Good habit to get into. If you're going to be click happy, you might as well make sure you hit every land drop. There it goes, matey. So we want that il-Kor to show up. We want to give it a lot of clout. Sit behind counter magic. Use Delver as blockers. So far as I can tell with this deck, that seems to be the way this should roll out. Oh, that was dumb of me, huh? Nope. Go like this. And just for tempo value, I'm going to snap this. Untap. Play this. Very clunky turn. Delver doesn't flip because of my bad play. So we're going to make up for it with sheer tempo shenanigans. Next turn, hopefully we can hit for like 6. Crack the clue. Crack the clue. I was better at Adobe Audition and such. I used to know Pro Tools pretty well, but I'd come up with a little song like that. Animaltronics, the author responsible for the Pauperganda theme song, you all know and probably hate because it's kind of got an earworm quality at this point. But I love it. He's going to be maybe putting together a little video of just kind of the ins and outs of how he came up with the song and made it. I pretty much sent him just me humming on on the iPhone, just a quick little file. Like, I think it should sound something like this. And he actually took that crappy audio and made it work. But we re-recorded it later for goodness sakes. I love the Pauperganda theme as well. Oh, nice. That's good to hear. I don't know if it got on anybody's nerves or anything like that. All right, let's find some bounce. Hey, there's a whole bunch of bounce. We've got that too. Oh, this is interesting, huh? Let's Nope. Boing. Attack. Whoa. Oh, Nims. Or I mean Nimchimsky. Nims is your boy. Warms me heart. I've seen some local commercials here in the LA area. Oh my goodness, they're so cringy. It's awful. These local people, it's like, you know, you could throw a bone my way and I'd put out a pretty good commercial for you, folks. All right. Now's when it's going to drop. Let's go. Yes. Nothing like a tapped out opponent when you have Clout in the hand. Clout. Yeah, we'll play that. We've got 3 islands. Let's play Sanctuary for... probably Vapor Snag? Yeah, I'd like to draw Vapor Snag. Sure. Do we attack with both of these or just the one? Let's just keep it to the one. The ultimate end game for this deck is this picture. This is what you're really looking for in your opening 7. This, the eventuality of this, that's a word. Maybe Ponder can go find it. I think 4 is a mistake. Depends on the metagame. Better to lean on Dispel. Ooh, Daybreak Chimera showing up. Well, we can at least trade with that. We've got a nice bounce spell for that. Let's see how the insect can just kind of hold down the fort here. No secret what's in our hand. Yep. All right. So we're going off to a tiebreaker. I think he knows the void was coming. Whoo! The Chimera. Every time I see that, I get fond memories of Friday Night Magic. Draft the hell out of those. White and black. I haven't played the Godzilla set yet, nor do I really want to. Those are available in stores, right, everybody? The new one. Make sure that's not just online. I'm gonna go out and see if I can get a few boosters for my boy. So bored at home here. All right, I think we're pretty boarded up here. We'll just go like that, and hopefully that scenario hits, and we end up winning out here with Blue Blitz. Really endorsed this list. Outside of one super punt, I think we played it pretty good today. Thank you guys always for joining me. We've got Double Delver, Preordain. This is always kind of that knee-jerk keep, but you got to remember what we're up against. A bunch of flyers, but pretty hard to say no to that. On the draw with a Preordain, I'll keep it. That's a pretty win condition. you got a pretty mouth. What was that line? Is that the line? Can't quite remember. Angel used to go buy enough boosters to draft. Have you ever? Oh yeah, we do that all the time. It's got too many cards. Actually, he just cleaned his room though, so it might be a good incentive to be like, "Why did I get you this?" Well, here's the deal. Oh, my spidey senses are saying hold back. I'm going to. Maybe we can get a 2-for-1 on a cartouche play here. Deliverance, that's right. You know, I was very unimpressed with that movie. I think it was like a year or two ago. I kept hearing all these great things. It's just like a lot of the old classics you hear about, like how amazing they are, and you're just like, really? I don't think so, folks. Let's get rid of that. I didn't get a 2-for-1, so. Awkward it was, that's for sure. Finally we disagree, Shiraz. I didn't hate it, but I just hear so much loftiness about it for over decades, and you watch it and all of a sudden the credits started and I was like, really? But Reynolds has entered the chat. Nice. Okay, Spectre. I don't think I'd keep the cartouche there, Snogglesworth, against a deck that you know has 8 bounce, but we can't blame you for playing, at least in the first game. Oh, bottom. Even though we've got what we want, we need some lands big time here. Yeah, we want to shuffle. Oh, come on. All right. Well, that sucks. That's the scenario when Brainstorm feels like you just chittering ratchet yourself 3 times. And that's why I don't run Brainstorm. I only had 2 of them, but it was stuff like that where you're like, yeah, but you can look at Delver of Secrets on the upkeep. And it's like, yeah, and you can get really despondent and want to quit Magic for the whole weekend. Yeah, that banjo dueling scene too. It was like, I know you're adding to the dread of the scene and the build-up, but you could just feel the director just, we don't have enough script to get to an hour and a half. Can you just keep doing that? It was like, there's been a lot of films over the years that have done that where I'm just like, boy, that doesn't hold up. And much like this, so here's the scenario. The best play here is Preordain. We go find an island, and it rewards us for being logically diligent. But if we don't find one, we're going to be really hurting here, and we'll probably lose. All right, so we'll say bottom here because we already got one. Top here. Play this. I don't really want to do it. You know, if we have that, first strike's not going to do much here. Let's play the Delver. At least we can trade. I'm not looking to do anything other than just kind of survive here. Did it make you question your sexuality? We're hurting here. We're going to be taking a lot. Banjo is one of the creepiest instruments known to man, in my opinion. If it's done right in a trailer and stuff, you can get some really creepy sounds. Of course the dryer goes off and the door's open. All right. Yep, I think Snogglesworth has got us here. And so does our land. Come on. Way to up the ante here. Nice pressure. Good plays. Here we go. This better flip or we're dead. No, well, thanks, Island. Now you show up. Well, we've got the echoing play for a big setback there. We can actually only take 2 next turn if we want to play this right. Problem is, we echo Skyfisher and we can't do much else with it. I see. Oh yeah. There you go. Let's see. Can we win here? I don't know if we can. We're going to be taking like 5 no matter what. Can really set him back with a boom boom play. Get that? Look that up. It's called the boom boom play. Very technical stuff. Did he bounce the cartouche? I think he did. As this sits now, I'm going to put this on here. We'll at least be able to block something. This isn't completely a dead value here. I love pigs. That is the one pet I want to have. That's on my bucket list. Most people have a place. I don't really care about vacations and going places. I'm fine right where I'm at. But man, would I really like a pig. But if I could just keep it to like German Shepherd or undersized, not tiny either. I don't want a little Chihuahua. I hate those dogs. It's like, decide what you are. If I wanted a Chihuahua, I'd get a cat. But man, a pig, those things are super smart. Although I'd feel really guilty because I eat a lot of bacon. All right, what do we got here? This is not looking good. Why doesn't Echoing Truth let me untap all my lands? Come on. Drill Master, doing some work. All right. Pygmy pig, yes. Well, the problem with pygmy pigs, if I'm not mistaken, I think they just grow out of control. If you just, pigs are one of those weird animals. You just, whatever you feed them, they just keep growing. Come on, put something on a Skyfisher, please. Yes. Boing. Not everything's gone south, but it's looking pretty grim. Oh, we get a 3 for 1 there. Maybe even a 3.5 for 1 if you count the little token dude. And we're going to take 6. Ouch. Do we block? We can't even block because it's not worth it. All right. Let's rock like this. Those Skyfishers are going to reset those Drill Masters. Man, this makes me want to play with White Nickel again. That was such a fun deck. What a thought. Just the recursion of an ability like a mini giant growth. Pretty cool. Flip, you bastard. Ugh, God, man. This isn't the ending I was hoping for. All right. We've got Chump Block City. We can bounce, shoot, bing pow. Let me see. Yeah, guinea pigs are pretty cute. They have a nice, pleasant squeal. There is such a thing. Well, we've got that. Can we even survive? If he does that, we can block here. We can do that. You know what? I'm going to go all in on the Delver plan. We might be able to pull this off. And by might, I mean 1 in a million. It's probably not going to happen. Yep. That's the plan of action there, Shiraz. Playing to my outs. I think we're playing a no land, all creature deck here, but yeah. Well, it looks a lot like, I don't know, we'll have to ask him in chat if he gets back here, if it's based on White Nickel or if he just built it. It might be a White Snoggle. Never know. Maybe he doesn't even know about the old deck and just built it. Drill Master's a hell of a card. Interesting. Well, we got to do this. Very happy to get away with almost no damage here. Does he got some sort of a Chowmano's Blessing going on here? What's going on? All right. Who would have thought? He's the one that took damage that turn. Come on. All the Delvers flip. Flip, flip, flip. Come on. Because that one with Clout is a big-time blocker outside of a Cavalry Drill Master trick. Problem with blue Blitz. Every deck has a problem. Can't really recover. I mean, outside of playing like a gingerbread man and eating it to get a little bite-sized morsel. Mono White Snuggles. I know, it almost sounds as good as White Nickel. White Snuggle? Or Whiteworth? That sounds like some Aryan reference negativity. Never mind. Everybody's going to be a rush to be outraged. Oh, come on. I couldn't have flipped. Oh, you jerks. All right. No. Now the islands show up. No, just got to keep rubbing it in our face. No. All right. Okay. Well, we've got one more Tricknology at play. Let's just hope we can survive one more turn. We know he's got another Skyfisher. Triggered says, why do I need such a long name? I think there's a pretty good documentary called that. Adam Carolla or one of his friends or something like that. Alrighty. This will be it. We'll go over the deck list after this. What do we got? What do we got? I got high traffic. It all comes down to this. And a pretty long show today. Coming in for lethal. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna kill that for obvious reasons. We do have a counterspell. That's nice. We will be taking 2. That's not nice. He's just gonna be able to bum rush us. I have no blockers because our delvers are turning into real estate agents. They're very fond of revealing lands these last few turns. Get! And down comes a delver, and it's not going to matter much. You, sir, are officially at 2.5 hours. Nice. You think playing Blue Blitz, I thought this would be under 2-hour show, but what do we have? MBC we beat. Rakdos we almost beat. Tortured Existence we ran over. Boros Bully we beat. And now looks like we have a game against White Snoggles, and we are up against it. Well, it's been fun, folks. I'm going to reveal it just to show them what we got. It's bad magic, but he's a friend of the show. Let's let him know. Nice round of applause. Golfer's clap, whatever you want to call it. He's got us good. Nice game there, buddy boy. I should have let him attack for the win there, but all right. So that's Blue Blitz outside of incredible weird mana ratios and stuff. Nothing against Snogglesworth there. Very awkward, weird draws. Let's go over the deck list here, and then we'll call it a show, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. All that. We've got 18 lands. 2 of them are Mystic Sanctuaries. Let's keep in mind this kind of a 4-1 day. We've got the basics here. The Delvers, the Spellfist, and the il-Kor are our 12 creatures. We protect them with Clout of the Dominus. The optimum play is this with this. And why do we do that? Well, because we have a whole bunch of this and this and this to keep it safe if those don't show up. Then we have the Tragic Lesson Engine and Mystic Sanctuary. Other than that, we've got a lot of ways to find stuff, a little bit of functionality here, and some cool sideboard tech in Annul, 4 Pyroblast, 2 Truths, 3 Seas, 1 Fae, and 3 Stormbound Geists. So anyway, thank you. The only good deck I've ever built. Nice. Snoggles, yeah, it's incredibly similar. One of our buddies online here is Nichols. And I think it was about a year and a half ago, he made a deck that I think it was his first 5-0, and so he was real thrilled with it. And then we played it to, I think, a 5-0 or at least a 4-1. Very cool list, but yeah, runs off of Cavalry Drill Master too. So, yeah, it's a great build. Who knows? Maybe yours is better, or we were just perusing if you were basing it on them or not. But it's anyway. I enjoyed the show. I'll join more often. Oh, thank you. Why do I need such a long name? And it's great to have you back. But anyway, for those of you new to the show, yeah, same time, same place next week. Thank you to my co-pilots, Letified Chirasmon, for hanging out with me. And as always, we'll see you next week on Pauperganda. Till then, here's a few things to lighten your day. Check this out. You might like it. Adios, everybody. Have a good weekend.